L-shaped couch.
Yeah.
Came in a box.
Wait.
And then we ruined the leather within a day of having it.
I don't want to talk about that.
Wait, is it a post-show story? Or
Yeah.
Oh, God.
We just deal with so many fucking assholes. Like, you don't even like watching the show that you make.
You play an egg.
Egg.
Yeah, I mean, egg.
I do love a pickled egg.
I like a... What? All right, cool. Last day 2, be together. Oh, they're just chatting to some handsome game devs. So well done on that.
That's a job.
Oh, my God, Angus.
Oh, I can stand in water because I've got the bone. Oh my God. Oh, you're a vision. I've got the bone.
I've got the bone.
I'm just bone. Hey, I'm Nick, and welcome to Back Pocket for Thursday, the 1st of July. Oh my goodness. What better way to ring in the new financial year by doing the most fiscally responsible thing we could think of, and that was dramatically cutting studio overhead costs. But I can't pinch pennies by myself, so I am joined by...
Gus, who feels part of his own body, finally. And next to me...
is Steph, who is definitely here in the studio with you right now, and nothing is weird about what you're looking at all.
Sure are.
And Peter, and all the gear is switched on and ready to roll.
Hey, Pete, can you get up and move the camera?
Oh, one sec. No.
Now, let me tell you something about...
You're ruining it!
Oh, shit! No, I'll tell you what doesn't ruin anything. That is the bourgeoisie nature of the cohorts that I have on the show tonight. Because literally, I would say 30 seconds before we went live, I heard Gus whisper to himself, hang on, this isn't a Shiraz Cab Sav. And then I heard Steph say, I'm not sure about this pear balsamic. And I was both proud and appalled by the kind of people that I've decided to spend my life with.
We're not all the people.
No,
that's
there's
true.
more.
There is, of course, another person, and that is, of course, Ben, who can't join us tonight. And this is a running gag because I never remember Will, who's sitting there on the ones and twos. Hello, Will.
Hi. I'm on the ones and twos.
Is this because I always
fine.
remember the ones and twos but don't remember you?
Yeah. But it's okay, because the most important thing about me is still here, and it is my face.
It's true. There's so
You know
much
what's
face.
stressing me out? Pete won't take his hand off that fucking phone.
Yeah,
like,
he looks like
stop
he's just about to
I'm about to
switch
call 000.
Yeah, or he's about to do that annoying 5 years video, and I can't do anything about it because I can't move my arms ever for the rest of the stream.
For what you did. Do not forget what you did. Yes. No.
Steph, to be fair, you could
Don't,
run
you call
in
for
the
it.
room.
don't you make me come over there. Don't you make me do it.
Peter, you stop that. Peter, put the hand down. To be fair, Steph, I'm talking to you. Steph?
Yes?
You could go and like smack Pete right now, IRL, but you just have to run in between rooms, I presume.
What? No, that's not a thing because we're in the studio and that's what I'm sticking to.
As Pete breaks the illusion, as do I.
Save us.
How is everybody doing? Because obviously we are in lockdown for here in Sydney, at least, and obviously multiple other parts of the country. We hope that you guys are all doing well wherever you are spread across this fine nation. Hopefully you're inside, not breathing the Delta variant. But I hope everybody had a good week. I certainly had a strange week right in the middle of trying to buy houses. Suddenly it's like, you're not allowed to go see houses anymore. Property market, already insane. Now it's more insane because we called up a place before and we were like, hey, we're keen on this. Is there some way we can organize an inspection? They were like, oh, somebody already bought that this morning. Sight unseen.
What?
Unseen. And I'm not going to tell you how much it went for, but it is, I would never spend that much money on something I had not seen.
To be fair, surely someone who's buying something sight unseen is doing it because they have such exorbitant amounts of money that they're like, yeah, I'll gamble.
It's probably someone's like investment property or something. They'll just be like,
they're just gonna
I'm
knock
sure
it
it's
down.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'll just go rent it from them.
Does anyone
That'll work
notice
out.
how much chat is hating this right now?
Well, it's because you
don't know
constantly
what.
look like you're trying to escape your own body. That's what you look like you're doing that, or you're forcing out a turtle head.
Hey, chat, we are doing our best to make
just
things
trying to-
as normal
trying to
as
make you feel at
possible.
home.
And this is normal. This is totally normal. There is
know what's
nothing
the-
weird about this. Will, you look
There's
fine.
that face we always get from Will.
Oh my goodness.
The least annoying thing is when you go on mouth.
That's not good. That's not good.
You never go all mouth, Gus.
I'm the mouth of-
Particularly about that small.
I am the mouth of Sauron.
Okay, should we
Okay.
stop dicking
Yeah.
around? Pete, give me
Yeah.
something that I can actually bear to watch the rest of. Thank you very much.
God.
Everybody's fine.
That'll
I'm
do.
the only one without a purple light. Will, do you have a purple light?
Yeah, I do.
Let's see
I
it.
do indeed.
All right, good call.
It's already here.
Why are you asking for bloody Will now? You know,
Sorry,
There he
as soon as I
is.
said it, I was like, Pete did remind me that it takes a while to go from the studio to the house shots, and then I immediately go back to this, and I'm like, hey, give me a close up on Will.
you're chaos.
So tonight, obviously, we are doing the show remotely. Not too much is going to change in terms of the format of the show. In fact, not too much is going to change about the dynamic of the show. We still don't like each other as much remotely as we do when we're spending the entire evening together live. So it's all just going to be the same normal business. But I am excited to get into it. So unless anyone... Is it a Shiraz Cab Sav?
It's a Shiraz Cab Sav. I thought it was a Shiraz Cab Merlot, which is kind of my drop. Cab Merlot is my thing.
A Cab Merlot is your drop.
It is. It is. It's a
That's
little
like-
smoother.
That's like whatever they found on the floor after making the real wine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's my
I'm
jam.
making the Shiraz.
I also make jam out of it, so yeah.
Yeah, what are we all drinking? Because I have a bottle here of Starwood, which is a single malt
very
Australian
nice.
whiskey. Very nice.
Lovely.
Yep.
Peter?
Yeah, I got some Pinot.
Lovely. Pinot for
Nice
Peter.
and light.
Steph's
Steph's got a pup.
Drinking that.
Yes, and Scotty just had a big drink of water. A big drink
go.
of water. Which is what we always say when she has a big drink of water.
The hard stuff,
love-
Scotty.
I love you guys. I love your dog, but some things just make me go like, oh, for God's sakes. A big drink of water. That's
had a
such
big
a big stretch.
She also
Yeah.
then just like coughs it all up afterwards. She can't help herself. She
Oh,
drinks
God.
too
Yeah,
quickly.
she drinks it too fast.
Oh, no.
Here's the
Peter with
thing
the
that
Pinot.
here's what I'm excited about doing this is that, like, because we came down here and we did some tech checks and stuff to just make sure everything was running, and I brought down some food to be like, oh, I'll have my dinner down here. Obviously brought down the scotch as well. And I realized something that I've wanted to bring down basically every single night of my life, and I just can never be bothered to go back upstairs, is one spoon. A small spoon. Why do I want just one small spoon down here? It's because downstairs is where we keep the ice cream freezer. And so I will often go into the ice cream freezer
Oh, no.
What's an
during
ice
like
cream?
11:30.
You have a specific freezer for ice cream?
And you can't buy a house unseen, you monster.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. But now I have an ice cream spoon, which I'm going to keep down here. So that's
Hang
fine.
on, so the
All right.
question is, you've got the spoon purely to go to that fridge and not make yourself a bowl of ice cream, but purely to just take
Scoop
one
out of the
bite,
punnet.
scoop that out.
Oh
Or
no,
is
but it tastes better out of the punnet. I do believe that,
does.
like with every
And
fiber of my being.
And portion control as well. Like every time I go up to get a spoonful, I'm burning calories. Walking up here, around the corner.
We have we have
Calorie
a
intake,
dog
It's free ice cream.
we have a dog food freezer, so I guess that's on brand for us.
Yeah, I know, but it's hard to dig that out when it's still frozen. I have to wait till it warms up
with
before I
this
can eat
spoon
it.
in the middle of the night.
All right. Speaking of digging ourselves out, let's dig ourselves out of this intro and get into our very first segment, which we like to call I'm just saying, what y'all been playing? Brought to you by
The noise
Brett
cancellation
Jones.
killed your for
Oh,
us.
did it? Damn.
Yeah. You need to
was-
you need to let that microphone allow you to be your full self, and it's not
full
right now.
range.
It's limiting you.
My studio self.
Yeah.
I think your kids are
I will say,
not letting
I-
you do that.
I will say at the intro, you treated that microphone that's in front of you like the one in the studio, and you were about 30 decibels higher than that microphone could handle.
I actually believe that this is the number one reason that I no longer have any TV shows. It's because they're just like, we can't, it's too much work leveling you. Brought to you by Brent Jones, aka LokiCat, our longest suffering patron. Do we know where LokiCat lives? I don't want to dox him, but is he in lockdown currently?
Could be. I thought
I feel like we had this exact conversation last week. I may be going crazy.
Why do I think Brisbane?
Crazy.
Why's Brisbane popped to mind?
LokiCat, do you live in Brisbane?
Pumpkins.
Oh, you better be here.
Pumpkins are a
LokiCat,
Brisbane
Maroubra.
fruit.
Maroubra, okay. So Sydney.
Oh my
So
god.
definitely in
Yeah, Sydney
lockdown
boy.
and like one suburb away from me. Crazy.
Totally.
Where did you get pumpkins from, Peter?
He drives over them in his
On his
picture.
motorbike.
He's on his motorbike.
No, because he likes
to
smashing
to smash
pumpkins.
pumpkins.
That's because he likes smashing pumpkins.
We
I'm
have to
related
dissect
to
this
the
logo
actual
every
food.
time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He must
At least
leave
the
me
conversation's
pumpkins.
a little bit varied.
That's true.
Yeah, and isn't that the most important thing? Because I feel like we've assigned a bit to every Patreon subscriber who owns this segment. Nicritex, we read out the tweets. Avexia, we rhymed things with Avexia until I ran out of words that rhymed with Avexia, so I need to come up with something
Avexia
else.
needs to come up with something. Change the username to like
That-
orange.
That one was short-sighted. That was short-sighted.
That
for
was.
sure.
That
All
was
right,
true.
all right, Steph. How about you pull the punches off camera? Slowpunk, of course. It's Slowpunk's birthday every single week, and then
birthday, Slowpunk.
Timothy
happy birthday,
Choose with the
Slowpunk.
Game Club. You got
Yeah,
I choose,
Timothy
Timothy Choose.
That's right, and he's a creator of worlds. LokiCats is just, what could we say about LokiCat? And I feel like that would be the one that I like, because inevitably it's always the one that goes on the longest, because it's been 17 minutes and we're still talking
And here
about
we are.
LokiCat. There you
Here
go.
we are.
And really, it's just about quantity of times you say LokiCat and not quality of the words around the word.
No, that's
LokiCat.
Kung Booby, which is Max Jazz Games, which is for the news.
That's
no, not
true.
the news.
That's
for
true.
the
For the game,
this
the
week,
game plan.
This is
The
game plan. It's a
That
game
other
plan.
format. All right. Speaking of game plan, smooth transition, Angus, Ronald, and we're going to start with you as well. Tell us what you've been playing this week.
Sure. I have fallen back on the Nintendo train, and I'm playing Mario Golf Super Rush? Jesus, this name actually escapes me. Super Rush. It feels like the name is wrong, but I have been playing Mario's latest outing, or back to the sporting world playing golf. This is on the Switch, obviously, and yeah, this is... I'm trying to think of the last Mario Golf game I played, and I could only think of Wii Sports and the golf that you played in that, because that kind of feels like quite similar to what this is. I think it's okay. It's a very light Nintendo outing. The big draw card in this one is the new game mode, which is the rush mode for golf, which you're seeing now, which essentially means that between your shots, you then have to run up to the ball with all the other players and take your shot from there. So essentially, it's not as actually about how many strokes it takes, although each stroke does add 30 seconds to your time. So it's a cumulative score that is made up of the time it takes you to get the ball in the hole, plus how many penalties or 30 seconds you get per stroke. You pick up little stamina boosts, you do power moves, you can knock other players out of the way. It's cute. It's a fun little side game. I don't know if hanging a whole new title on it was the right idea.
No, it was not.
It's it's just definitely not this like, oh, they have changed golf forever. It's almost the side mode to just a regular good golf game, which the good news I can say is that playing just regular golf in it is still my favorite way to play this. It's got what I would call a fairly sort of technical we're going to go to the battle golf now, but the actual way you play golf is fairly,
Yes, I remember this during the PGA Tour.
the way you play your shots is reasonably technical in terms of hitting the power button a couple of times. I like that it has this thing, if you see when I take my next stroke, see that red up the red up and down the side of the meter to your right means that if you push into that area, there's a random chance that you might sway left or right. So the better you are, the shorter that red zone is, or the better your ball lies, the shorter that red zone is, which I haven't actually seen in the golf game. So if you're in the bunker, that red starts halfway up and moves up. So when you get to the full power, it completely sways left or
we're
right.
even seeing here in the grass, a little bit in the rough.
Yeah, it moves it a little
bigger.
bit out there. It's a nice way to add a technical level of golf to what is still a Nintendo golf game. So yeah, the actual gameplay of just playing round-to-round golf is still really fun. I really love the idea of having this on my Switch to be able to just play by myself to unlock courses, not playing with 4 other players running around manically. But yeah, the rush mode there, it's fun. Against the computer, it's not that great. Online, it is a lot better. So I played a little bit of that. The other big mode that they've added to it is a battle golf mode, which we'll see a little later on, which is, I would say, more interesting. I would have hung the whole title release on this. It's not great, but it is still a lot more varied and interesting, which essentially is, you can see in the left, top left, there's a course with a bunch of holes that you can just go for from the beginning, and every time you sink a ball in a hole, you claim that one. So the idea is to lock down a bunch of areas, and it just feels a lot more like unique and clever. I don't think it's been part of a Nintendo golf game before. Obviously, there's like, it gets a bit hectic later on, like you can use power-ups like dropping an ice area over a hole, so everyone trying to run to the hole slides around, there's bombs, there's all that kind of stuff. It gets chaotic, but it feels like the right place for it to be chaotic, unlike the Super Rush one. So I've had a couple of rounds of this, and it's nice to play when I feel like the regular golf gets a bit boring. And the final thing I mentioned is the sort of adventure mode, which was touted as this like cool single player thing that you can do to take your character through a series of tournaments and things like that and upgrade a little mini RPG system. I obviously chose to take my Mii because I love my Miis and I know you guys all hate them. So this is Goose Mii having these terrible little dialogue back and forth, which are just like, you know, where there's a prompt noise for every time a character wants to talk to you and a prompt noise for when you make a return noise, or like it should happen at the start and end of the conversation. It happens over every bubble. So you get, hey, hello, hey, like as you spam the button. It's maddening. And in fact, the whole single player mode itself is really slow, really painfully sluggish at the beginning. It like teaches you how to swing the club after 10 minutes of story. It's really plodding. I played about 3 hours of that, and at best I'm playing like a couple of tournaments against characters that I have to wait their turns for, and it's just slow. It's just really slow, and it's just not this fun little extra way to play golf that I thought it might be. I thought it might be a fun way to mix up instead of me just playing regular holes of golf. So I don't know how much longer I'll stick with this.
I kind of thought that the idea of Mario Golf would be leaning, like the whole thing would be leaning hard into like a cross between golf and Mario Kart with just like really arcadey fun things and power-ups and that kind of stuff. Otherwise, you'd just want to play an actual golf sim, right?
Yeah, it's so because I've put about 6 hours into this, and it's so... The golf is great. The actual golf stuff is really, really good. And it just gets in the way of it with something that is not fun at all, which is running through a field. Like, you spend more time running than you do playing golf in the single player. Like, I am so... The single player has the classic thing that I always get frustrated with so many Nintendo games, is it really feels like it doesn't respect my time. There is this conceit that you need to go home between each, like, tournament, go back to your room and go to sleep so that the tournament starts the next day. And that involves leaving the golf course, running all the way back to your house, running upstairs, finding your room, going in there, lying down your bed, and then it fades back up, and then you run back out, run back downstairs, across the thing and back to the field, and they're like, hey, welcome to day 2. It's like, what the fuck was that about? Like, what, that took 3 minutes of my time and literally nothing happened. And then and then I'm like, well, that would be fine if during the golf, all I'm doing is hardcore golf. And instead, I was like you, Steph. I was like, there'll be shells. There'll be like the idea that we're all in golf buggies trying to like smash into each other.
Totally, Mario Kart it up with the carts. Like, do that.
The fun of like competing against each other in something other than golf, but it's literally just like how fast can you run and how long can you boost run for. And I ended up putting myself in this terrible position because you have to basically play the single player to unlock all the courses, and you have to play it to level up your Mii, to take your Mii to play online and actually
the first time you play with your Mii, if you have just booted up the game, you'll have such nerfed stats that not even like, oh, maybe if I am good at the game though, I'll be able to do it. It's like, no, you completely, you can't make distance shots, you can't run very fast. Everyone, all the Marios and your Yoshis and all your default characters just floor you, and you're like, why is that even there? Like, feels good. But you can soup your Mii up to be more powerful than all of them, so it's worth going through and constantly upgrading. So I'm upgrading. Right. The idea of most of the time, the running is involved in some way. So I'm like, okay, well, as you level up your stats, you can level up like power,
but the more you put into power, it starts taking away from spin and control. So then you need to put some points into spin and control to like even out your power level. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's a good way of balancing that. But speed, in terms of like how your stamina for how long you can dash for, you put points into that and it doesn't affect anything else. And the whole game is built around how quickly can you run places because most of it is speed golf. So I'm like, I'm just going to completely max out the speed. So I max out speed. I get 3/4 of the way through this campaign and I get to this challenge where I need to hit 3 balls into 3 like targets. And the third target is 174 kilometers away, and the maximum amount of drive...
Meters or kilometers?
Sorry, meters.
Wow.
You need a lot of
towel for that.
You do. Yeah, it's 174 meters away. The maximum amount of drive my driver has is 176 meters, but it's raining and there's a 4-kilometer wind coming in my direction. So even if I hit the ball absolutely perfectly, I still only get 168 meters down the field, which means I cannot complete this challenge. I cannot continue the game. I now have to go grind experience points in courses that I've already played that were shit to be able to get enough points to put into power to be able to get through this goddamn challenge.
And
it's just stuff like that. Oh,
I feel like that's a flaw in the fact that they've tried to force an RPG build mechanic into a game, and where traditionally in an RPG you should be able to build a character that is strong in some areas and weak in others, but that's just like a play choice rather than being a jack of all trades. That's rarely how you're supposed to play an RPG. You're supposed to kind of just be strong in one area. Min-max, but this, it sounds like they really just want you to put points into everything for the sake of it, and so that you're strong at everything and then can complete the game.
And the RPG mechanics feel totally they do feel half-baked, and even more so now knowing that story from Munich, which I hadn't run into that or anything similar, but knowing that there's an issue with it that can be that much of a detriment of getting through the campaign, it makes the RPG system feel even less thought out, and like that there can be an issue like that. The game in all its tutorials and pop-ups and obnoxious little toads telling you it's stupid information like go back to bed. They never told you, hey, maybe you should upgrade your power. There's a power challenge coming or something along those lines. Like,
or just like give me enough power. Like, just for the challenge. What do you care? What do you care? This is not like, why are you level gating me in this thing where you've let me choose where to put my points? It's weird.
I'm with you. I do want to unlock the other courses because, again, I see this as a great game to keep on my Switch. I think about it this way with my Switch is like I always want to have those like 5 or 6 games that are there ready for if I need to take it on a trip or to a hotel or something. And this is a great one that I'd love to have all these courses and just like to be able to sit down and play 5 to 20 minutes of like a few holes of golf in a Mario Golf game. Because as Nick said, the actual mechanics of it are forgiving enough to be a Nintendo game, but they're technical enough to still be like, you got to pay attention. You want to try and, get par birdie, all the kind of usual stuff. But that is an annoying thing to have to leave me with this roadmap to get to the unlocks of having to play through this very obnoxious and kind of like, just unenjoyable mode. So I don't know, can you get the XP from the battle modes and stuff like that? You can't.
If you use your Mii, I think you can. But I'll probably just end up going online and playing some, because the online stuff's fun. Like, you still have to run and shit, but like, it's still a decent enough golf game, which is just disappointing that it's like the part where they got creative is the least creative part of the game, and that's disappointing. Pete, give me my single for a second. Because let me tell you about a game that is far superior to this. Let me tell you about Clap Hands Golf, which everyone laughed at me about when I was like, hey, Clap Hands Golf, good game. Turns out Clap Hands Golf knows how to make a good portable golf game, and everyone should just go play that and save themselves the $70.
I'm so glad we went to your single just to see an out of an overexposed mobile screen.
We spent all the money on the opening shot.
We did. The one thing I'll say as well is that I think there's one extra course they've announced that's coming as DLC, but I also found the courses that I have unlocked so far to be not as creative as I kind of hoped. They are all very, just soft variations on your rolling green hills and that kind of stuff. Maybe there's some
I was gonna say, like, sure, I'm only looking at some footage that you've captured from an early part of the game, but it's like, this all looks the same. It's just like the dog leg is in a slightly different spot. It's like, all right.
I think the issue is that they're all the courses that you expect. It's like there's the storm course and the sand course and the Bowser course, and it's like there's nothing there.
Mario Kart 8ified it, where they put some fucking courses upside down on a loop with magnet boots or something.
Imagine play through the middle of a main road or something. Like,
imagine just taking Mario Kart and putting golf courses totally. And that's what I was so hoping would be in this. And it's totally fine. I think it's totally fine. It's not like a bad game. It's just like, the wasted potential to make a truly like phenomenal, fun multiplayer golf game is just really.
I felt this way with a lot of Nintendo Mario sports games. Mario Tennis was the last one on Switch that I was like, this will be a great little one to have. And I think that did more things creatively in terms of how to play the game, but it also just did not feel at the end of the day like an actual, I don't know, proper addition to the Nintendo sort of suite of games. The other thing I will say as well, and this is a big call from me personally, is that I am now over the both the Switch's graphical power combined with the cute rounded edges of a Nintendo game. After playing, obviously, after playing something like Ratchet and Clank and then playing this, I know we're like chalk and cheese, but it's like watching these graphics. And Nick, I don't know if you've been playing in handheld versus the full screen mode. It looks dog shit in full screen mode, and I know the Switch can. I know the Switch can do better than that, but it is like the Switch is strong enough.
Mario Odyssey is a beautiful game.
Mario Odyssey is a beautiful game. Breath of the Wild, like they don't have strong, harsh, jagged anti-aliasing, and this game does. And this game shouldn't because it's a golf game with minimal assets and all that kind of stuff, and it looks really jaggedy on on big screen. It does look nice enough in handheld. It feels like it was built for handheld and just stretched out for full screen. But I usually have a huge hall pass to just forgive Nintendo games because they have that very simple childlike quality. But after playing again Ratchet and Clank or something like that, I'm just like, I'm over this now.
I hate this.
I hate this. And the only other thing it made me miss was Wii Sports Resort, or Wii Sports. I loved those games for embracing how daggy and simple it could be, but they at least were these very quirky, fun era of Nintendo games, and I actually do really miss those outings. I think these ones are never as fun, and they're always hampered by kind of not being as creative. So yeah, I'll keep playing a little bit of it, but it'll be a little as my Switch bedtime activity.
It'll be a hate play.
Be a hate play of golf. Yeah.
How many dog shits out of 10 is this one?
It's a 6 or something.
6 dog shits.
Wait, are more bad? I haven't thought this process.
What is this? Is 10 out of 10 dog shits the worst score?
God, yeah, that's probably dog shit. Steph, save us with hopefully a good game.
Yes, me! I'm so excited because this week I have 2 really fun games to talk about, and I've just been thinking about it all day. So I'm happy to be here, and it's my time. Okay, so the first game that I've been playing.
Golf, the problem about double shots is sometimes. Sorry.
Okay, so the first game I've been playing is called One Hand Clapping, and it's a game where the central mechanic is you use your voice and you have to sing to navigate through what is a kind of puzzle platformer game. It's really, really cool. I feel like you won't see a lot of people streaming it because you do have to use your voice and you have to kind of sing, and you feel and sound really, really stupid when you are playing it. I tried to make it sound kind of nice at the start. You can see here the characters using their voice to kind of lift blocks and stuff like that. You'll move platforms and different things. But as the game kind of progresses forward, you have to use your voice and kind of modulate the pitch of your voice to create pathways for yourself, to guide things through a level and hit certain buttons. You have to hit certain notes to kind of open platforms up to be able to land on them. If you skip ahead a little bit, Peter, I think you can see a little bit further. Yeah, this one. You can use your voice you got to hit a switch there and create a platform for yourself to walk across. But then you also have to navigate the kind of line to be able to hit switches and create platforms. So you have to really be moving your voice up and down quite quickly to be able to.
Oh, cool!
Yeah, it's crazy. So
Nick, that was too loud. Your platform would have just gone brah straight up.
Yeah. So at first I was like, oh, okay, I get it. If I need to move my voice from low to high, then I'm just kind of doing a pretty little scale, right? But the reality is you go and like correcting. And it's awful. You hear the game, thankfully, when I recorded it, it takes your voice and kind of only uses a faint part of it and then puts a nice echoey effect over it, so it doesn't sound too bad. But yeah, so you can see there I had to kind of weave the line underneath to be able to hit that switch to open the door on top and then still be able to use that platform to get up and over. So it's a really, really clever mechanic. I would say that like for the most part, people would enjoy playing this if there's no one else around. Peter tried to film me sneakily while I was playing it because weird sounds were coming from my office, and I got very angry at him. But for the most part, like it's just about low and high pitch and kind of figuring out everything in between. But there are some levels that require you to actually hit certain notes, which I think for someone who doesn't have great pitch would be kind of difficult. So I feel like those levels were maybe like not so well thought out. Whereas the rest of it, you can kind of find your way by just kind of figuring out what the highest point and the lowest point is and kind of where you need to move your voice in between. But I would say that the way that they have like applied like pitch to move things in all of these different levels is really quite incredible. Like I was constantly surprised at the ways I needed to use my voice and how, because it seems like it would kind of be like a one and done mechanic, but it was so clever. The further I got into it and the ways that they managed to get you to use your voice. So here, this creature is like this flying guardian thing is singing certain notes that I have to hit to open the flowers so that I can land on the platforms.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome. And so then you're trying to like jump and sing at the same time and hit certain notes, and so it kind of like it's cool.
So sorry, how do you jump?
You're using a controller, aren't you?
I was still just using mouse and keyboard.
Okay.
But
right.
You have to use your voice in conjunction with that. So I'm opening the flowers by hitting the certain notes, and then I'm jumping with the up key.
I remember when the DS first came out, it was like you would use your stylus to like in a lot of drawing platform stuff, and
that's right. Yeah.
It's like so you would still have control, and then you would like kind of draw the lines on how you were going to move around the map and stuff. This is like a much cooler interpretation of that as well, to go like, let's let pitch draw the lines.
And it's so funny because I remember years ago when I first like I went to a game jam, like when I really early days when I really had only just started on Good Game, and there was a game that won that game jam that used voice input as its central mechanic, and ever since I've never forgotten it because I've never really seen many games use it, and I was like, it's so clever. And then after playing this, I was like, wow, it is so clever, but I wonder how many people will actually enjoy it, because it's exhausting after a while, and you also just do hate listening to yourself.
Yeah, fair. Do you know how long the game is? Is it something that you would do in a sitting, or is it something that you would go like, I'm only going to play half an hour at a time because it's like it's exhausting physically?
Yeah, I think I played it for about an hour and a half, and that was kind of enough for that session. I would definitely go back to it and finish it because I was really enjoying the puzzles and stuff. If you skip a little bit further ahead, you can see how it kind of has a bit of like I don't know how you would. So here is a mechanic where I'm having to kind of copy patterns of like bells and stuff like that. And if you go a little bit further again, like there were so many different levels. Here I'm using my voice to kind of throw an object.
Yeah, right. So you're
the pitch
is changing the trajectory of the arc.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have to kind of navigate objects through the environment as well. Like it was just really fun and clever, but you won't see a lot of people streaming it, I don't think, because of sheer embarrassment. And I think, you do kind of need to sort of play it in stints when you have time by yourself and are not around other people, unless you just like don't care.
It's also a surprisingly pretty game in terms of like, I think, art style wise, it's one of those things that's like nothing about it draws my attention, but it's no way offensive. It's really lovely. It just seems to be like, sort of like a very clean, lovely, colorful game that just obviously complements the fact that you're doing these very strange actions. But is there a story, or is there an interesting story?
It's a little bit like Ori and the Blind Forest, in that there's a kind of encroaching darkness and you're using your voice to kind of bring light to the world, and it's not particularly deep, but there's a lot of really beautiful imagery in it. Yeah. There's a lot of really beautiful imagery in it, and like and the design and the environments change frequently enough that you're like really keen to see what the next area is going to look like, and B, how you're going to use your voice in a different way. It's really cool.
The art style, because I'm on the Steam Early Access page, they describe the art style as not dog shit. So that's.
I do love that Pete's version of the tale as old as time is the tale being, we've come up with this great mechanic, we need a story behind it. Darkness is encroaching and you are a spirit. It's like good.
It's about the darkness versus the light.
Yeah.
But also, sorry, just quickly, they do say that they plan for the full release to be about 5 hours and feature 4 main deserts. It's going to be in early access
for
the second half of the year.
They'll all be deserts.
A little demo of it came out a couple of years ago, I think, because when I went on YouTube to see if I could find other people embarrassing themselves as much as I was, I found quite a few, but they were playing a kind of earlier sort of snippet of the game.
Right.
So I find that pretty satisfying to go on and see other people playing it. I think I have a few clips of YouTubers playing it as well, which is pretty good.
You didn't embarrass yourself, but you've chosen to embarrass these people who, in fairness, embarrass themselves on YouTube
That's
first.
true. They deserve it.
Yeah. This guy titled this video "Real Singer Plays Voice Game." So
This man is alive.
from the start.
Ed Sheeran's really let himself go.
There we go. This guy is a famous guitarist, I think, managed to play it with an instrument, which is actually a really clever solution.
Yeah, many people probably seen the dude on YouTube before. He's got like 5 million subscribers, but he's...
Oh, look at the soundtrack. The character doesn't know what to do.
Yeah. He's not playing constant notes, which is what the game is supposed to be listening to.
And he expresses frustration at the end there.
I love the idea of the game actually recording just solo your mic input, and at the end of the game it's like, hey, do you want to hear this back with none of the effects or something?
No, that's just what they play on the credits.
Yes!
It's like, you don't get to choose, it's just the credit sound is you, like a cappella.
That would be like at the end of Before Your Eyes, they just cut a little trailer of you going
Crying.
and not blinking, and then at the end just like sobbing while trying to not blink. Cool, very cool. Okay, one hand clapping, available on Steam and Stadia. It's $15 on Steam. You better believe I'm picking that up after this.
Is that early access?
Yeah, early access. So they said it's going to be done by the end of the year. So, cool. And what else have you been playing, Steph?
The other game that I've been playing is called Dread Hunger. Peter and I have both been playing this. It's a game that is kind of like a cross between a survival game and Among Us. So it's in early access. It's very unfinished at the moment. There's just one map, but the premise of it is you're a group of 18th century gentlemen out on a exploratory journey through the Arctic, and you run out of fuel and you have to disembark from your ship to gather enough fuel and supplies to be able to keep continuing through the Arctic and into open water. But two of you are thralls, murderous thralls with cannibalistic nature. So, unfortunately, the only food source is baby seals.
A lot of baby seals die.
Yeah, you kill a lot of baby seals. I tweeted about my disdain for murdering so many baby seals, and I was like, why do they have to make it baby seals? And the dev replied and was like, it hurts us too. And I'm like, that's not answering the question.
And that's your choice.
The reality is that small seals are easier to render. So
yeah. So
totally.
The way
they're mainly eyes.
So the way the main mechanic of the game works is that as you're all out trying to trust each other and grab supplies and work together as a team, two of you who are thralls will have to activate bone charms to bring about voodoo magic to bring attacks of cannibals and stuff on the rest of the crew, blizzards and stuff. Being a survival game, you have to worry about cold, you have to worry about hunger and health as well. And there's a certain number of objectives you need to achieve within a game. And one of them is that in order to get through the Arctic, not only do you need enough fuel, but you have to blow up an ice wall that is blocking your path. So you're trying to sort of source all these supplies while not freezing to death and making sure that everyone stays fed. There's different roles as well. There's a cook who has a perk when it comes to cooking. There's a hunter who can harvest meat quicker. There's a chaplain who has a shovel. That's the chaplain's job.
The chaplain also has a key.
God,
but
useless.
they're not just, it's not just the items that they spawn with, it's actually that they're slightly more proficient at specific things as well. The captain sails faster. They get a little bit more efficiency out of the fuel that's in the boat. The cook's a bit quicker, though I think that's bugged and it's not a reality at the moment, but that's the idea. It's that, like, if you spec one of these characters, you are better at hunters are better at harvesting meat, for example.
So you kind of want to
kill
sort of
heaps more baby seals.
You kind of want to use your role to your advantage, or to the advantage of the group, I guess. It's interesting because you're also working against time, because there's a blizzard that's coming that will prevent you from progressing any further. If you don't achieve the objective of getting the ship out of there before the blizzard comes, then you all just die from exposure. And like Among Us, you can apply certain settings.
Oh my god!
Skipping past. I was trying to skip past the baby seal murder, but I've skipped into the next game, and you're up to the same part of like just harvesting a lot of meat at the start.
Yeah. Well, because I was playing the cook a lot last night, so I was like, I just need to like focus on feeding people. That's my job. But you can change the settings like you can in Among Us, where you can adjust certain things. How many thralls you have, how long the days are, how many days you have to achieve your objective,
right?
How much the cold, how quickly you freeze to death when you're out in the cold and stuff like that, which you can kind of tweak based on how sort of successful your first few runs are. I think we sort of found a sweet spot towards the end, but the betrayal element, like it is with most of these games, is the most fun part. And there have been some incredible moments of just like brutal murder, because not only are the thralls just using voodoo magic to try and sabotage other people, at some point people will just resort to trying to murder everyone else. And if you get killed, you do have one chance to resurrect. You die, you end up in the brig. And we sort of made it that if you can convince people to let you out, then you can tell people who killed you. But if you don't, then you're kind of like stuck in there, and people.
That's when you say you
guys
made that. Is that
because you can still, so that most of you do all the proximity chat. You don't use Discord, so that two people can sneak off and have a like private conversation, like if they're far enough away from everyone else, kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which is part of the fun of it, and it's like, why are those two over there? Are they sus? And so when you get put in the brig, I think a flaw of the game is that you can still communicate freely to anyone nearby. And it's like in reality, you should be in the infirmary unconscious because you've been incapacitated out in the field and brought back. So it's like someone could be in the brig and go like, this person killed me. There's still some ambiguity there. It's like, did that person kill them? Are they trying to set something up? It's like there's a little bit of that, but when you're playing with a team, because we've been playing like with friends, and I think that's a little harder than playing with randoms through like, the Discord community and the Reddit community around the game are like, jump into this server here and fill up a game. And some of the games that I've seen people play online of that kind of thing are like, no one communicates in the same way. It's like everyone's a little more suspicious of each other the whole time because they're not friends. So it's like communication is a little different in those scenarios.
Yeah, and it's so hard. Like there was one moment I think that I was already suspicious of someone, but then he came running towards me with another player, and they were fighting each other, and both were saying that the other one was trying to kill them. And I was watching them both fight, and I was trying to decide which side to pick, but I couldn't. And then I just watched one of them die, and he was just like, "Oh, thank God we murdered him. He was the killer." And I'm like, was he though? And then afterwards I was like, I can't make this decision. We need to go and rejoin the group, but you need to keep your distance from me because I can't trust you. It was really intense.
Right.
And then I also, I put together a clip as well of one of the moments last night when a particularly heartbreaking betrayal occurred. We could watch that now.
Ooh.
Who do we think it is, chat? Reese was sus from the start.
It could be Sam, but I don't think it is because Sam's asked me a lot of questions about what things do.
Yeah, but that could be because he wants to learn how to murder people.
Help.
What? What's wrong? What's wrong?
Pete shot Sam, and oh God, he's killing them. He shot Sam and Bishop.
Oh, well, let's just
killing them both.
Wait, are you sure? We need to verify this information and then kill Peter. Peter?
Hello? The chaplain.
You've killed everyone apparently?
Hello? Oh, fuck you,
I didn't
Pete.
fuck about. I just
Serpentine!
Oh my god. Serpentine.
Kill the priest?
Kill you! You make me do this! Oh god, why?
He's dead, Steph. Just stop.
Oh my god, okay, oh my god. I was totally ready to let him defend himself and he just pulled his gun on and shot me.
Oh my god. The hatchet is so visceral.
The hatchet's so
Sometimes you
intense,
gotta
isn't
go.
it? I just loved it where I was like, Peter? And you were like, hello? And I was like, hey, apparently you killed everyone. You were just like, bang.
Who was on?
I had just killed everyone.
Who was on the tellus? Not the tell. What do you call the little
That was Reese.
Reese going. Peter killed him. Peter killed him. He's killing another one. It was like
He's killing everyone. He's killing everyone.
He's killing them all.
but he had the nervousness in his voice that was like witnessing a murder from a distance.
Well, I feel like part of that nervousness was like, I'm telling his wife who's she going to side with, and there was no doubt at all.
that's it. Like,
There was no hesitation.
Well, no, because he shot me,
I did
right?
shoot her first, yeah.
Peter shot first. And so,
Rampage.
I was totally ready to be like, look, you can't trust. And the start of that clip is me saying that Reese was sus from the start. So for Reese to be coming to me and being like, Pete shot everyone, I was like, well, hang on, you would say that, you like sus guy. And then I walked up to you, Peter, and was like, so people are saying this crazy thing about you. And you were just like, yep, bang.
So I feel like I've played enough games with Pete that the surest way to make sure everything is fine is as soon as the game loads in, kill Pete, and then you're like, all right, that's one down.
Part of the interesting thing about this is like when you're playing Werewolf, for example, or like Secret Hitler, it's rarely a good play for the people who are like the negative side to reveal early that they are that. There's a lot of like, playing the like people against each other and trying to cause confusion and chaos and stuff like that and not getting caught. And like, unfortunately, that just, it happens. That's the way these things play out. But with this game, there's actually a lot of tools at the thrall's disposal to go out and build bone charms and buff themselves. And there's actually like, there is an incentive to, who your other thrall is straight away. There is an incentive to team up with them, head off into the wilderness, survive on your own out in the wild, and buff your stats. And these are things that we've only learned slowly over time, but it's like, one of the things you can do when you're evil is stab yourself in the hand with this bone charm that you find out, and then you can summon cannibals to attack. All these other camps that we've seen around in the ice here are failed expeditions. And so there's like, there were survivors, there are resources that have come across from London as well. It's like, it's not just like you've rocked up to
in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. There's plenty going on still. So
but it's also
it's
like,
interesting. There's a lot of ways to play it.
Yeah, it's also just like, because you are so limited in time, you do find yourself splitting up a lot because you can't just all stay as a group the whole time because you just won't get enough done. And then it's easy to get lost out there because everything kind of looks the same if you lose track of the ship or if like the blizzard comes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So there's actually a lot of opportunities for thralls to kind of just tuck around a corner or like into a little, a shipwreck or something and just do some sneaky voodoo and then rejoin the group quietly and be like, oh my God, guys, someone's called these cannibals. Who was that?
Right. Also, like you mentioned, it's always two thrall in the game, or obviously there's heaps of things you said, modifiers, things you can tweak.
Yeah, that's a mod.
But that's how you're playing. How many are generally in a game? Like, are you talking
it's
like
8
6
maximum
or 8?
Eight
Yeah,
max,
okay,
and
right.
we were usually playing. We've only played with sort of 7 or 8 people. I would say it's a bit like Among Us, where the fewer people you have, the sort of tougher and probably less enjoyable it would be. I'm sure if you played with 5 and 1 thrall, it would still work, but it becomes harder when you don't have the numbers.
Yeah. But just the way you were talking about, Pete, the idea that there are these like failed expeditions and there's reasons for other elements of the world building to be more dynamic than just like there's ice and seals and that kind of thing. Like the thing that obviously you guys are a fan of in this is the gameplay and the subterfuge and all that kind of stuff as well. But like, what a freaking awesome setting! Wait, you're in London?
Totally.
You start.
That's where you start.
Yeah. This is where you set your
great.
expedition.
That's
so
fantastic.
like the captain goes into captain's quarters, chooses which expedition they're going to go on. This is still early access, so there's only the tutorial and the one map that we've been playing. And the one map doesn't change; it's not dynamic. So it's like you become familiar with where resources could be. The resource spawn is random, but or is procedural, but you understand how the map works, and so like you know where the key items kind of are going to be. So you become better at the map.
They have a new map coming soon, I think.
Yeah.
The other thing that's cool is that I didn't even consider is that one of the modifiers we had was that everyone starts the game with one piece of coal. So we start the game with the ability to at least advance our ship a little way through the Arctic. So we'd played a couple of rounds like that, and then one round we were all putting our coal in at the start, and then the captain went up and started steering, and they're like, "Oh, no one lit the boiler," and I was like, "Oh, done. I'll go down and do it." And then we sort of opened the boiler, and all the coal was gone, and I was like, guys? And then it just became this whole thing. We're all looking at each other. And then at one point, like, I don't know why I was sus on Reese at this particular point. I think he was making a lot of excuses. And I was like, I think it's Reese. And I was like, I think we have to kill him. And then I think it was Eva Ray said, well, if we do kill him, and then we check his corpse and he doesn't have the coal, then we know he was innocent and we can just let him out of the brig. And I was like, good thinking. So we like murdered him, checked his corpse. He didn't have the coal on him. So I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But it turns out that it was Bishop that took the coal and Reese was the other thrall. So he was guilty. We should have left him dead.
But you still should have shot Peter.
You still should have shot Pete. That's the number one rule.
That's the number one thing.
That's always a safe bet.
That's
so
as I said, like the setting is what I just wanted to say is like it is so cool to have like just even seeing it. Like I haven't really seen that environment and that time period in that environment. Like I've seen this, but like being stranded in the ice in the Arctic. There was a series, I think it was called The Terror. That was this fantastic, Terror. Yeah, and I was like, it's a great kind of clashing of this like survival with this period piece of all the sort of the. I don't know, just the backstabbing and the mythicalness of it all. But like, yeah, what a cool idea for it all. Also, the fact that while you were running around in London, you were all still like Cambridge rules. Everyone was still just talking to each other. Like, yeah, that's how you know they're gentle. Yeah.
I would like to see some female character models. I know it's historically unlikely that women would have been on this expedition, but no, it's still early access, and even some of the character models are the same. They just have different facial hair. It's like
there's a customized button that says this doesn't work. So
you know what else wasn't around in the 1800s? Thralls. So how about we just get to work on that? Do we rate The Terror? I haven't watched it. I constantly hear people talk about it. Do we like The Terror? I saw chat talk about it.
I haven't seen it. Apparently, it's very good.
I really liked it.
To watch it.
Let's all just watch. Oh, you liked it, Gus?
Let's all watch it right now.
I really enjoyed it.
Let's put on a bit of Terror.
But I also I liked it, but I also liked it because I was like, when I read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, my favorite part was the whole idea of the ship stuck in the Arctic and this like horror monster out in the wild. And I was like, oh, that's what that series almost feels like. So yeah, it's very good. And that looks like The Terror the game.
Peter Burns, speaking of Terror Blade, Dota 2, go.
Oh shit. Nice. I won't linger too long on this, but Dota 2 has a new game mode called Nemesis. It's just a seasonal thing. It is tied into this compendium, which I'm not entirely sure what this compendium is for, but I don't care. I gave them money anyway.
You're saying that because there's no big prize pool tournament?
I don't even know if an international is happening this year. It probably is, but I'm not sure.
Scheme. No, the last I heard is that they couldn't hold it in Sweden because Sweden wouldn't recognize them as a sport and blah, blah, blah. I think that was Sweden, Switzerland, one of those places.
Always visa troubles, yeah.
Yeah.
But this game mode is 4 towers. It strips away a lot of the idea of MOBA, of like the laning phase and how to like spend time early, being a support or being a carry. It's very much just like encouraging brawling. It's brawling and rat Dota, and rat Dota is when you play a hero that can sneak around the back and do damage to objectives, and then get out quickly and escape. And it's like they're just annoying and pesky, and they do like chip damage to a tower and then run away. So there's no fountain. There's no base. There's no ancient. It's just the towers. It all happens very quickly. It's like a 12-minute game. It's not set to turbo settings. It's like standard settings, so the towers take a bit of damage to take down. But it's like there's 5 players on each team and 4 lanes, so there's always someone kind of roaming between lanes, and it just feels really really fast and just like ganky. There's this other concept built into it of this meteor shower happening, which is like tied into the aesthetic of this whole season pass thing. But every 3 minutes, I think it is, a massive meteor falls to the ground, and smaller shards land. And if you go and interact with them, you get a buff for, I think it's like 2 minutes. And then the 3 minute passes, 3rd minute passes, and new things fall down.
Cool.
So it's just like a fun jump in and play for 15 minutes Dota game. It still has everything Dota about it, without like
the investment,
settling into a MOBA, which is fun. I like this. It's a nicer. It's got more to it than just being like, this is team deathmatch, just run at each other.
Yeah. Big Ben is right when he says it's another Heroes of the Storm mode, basically, and that's like totally what it sounds like.
Totally.
It's just like these mini objectives in the thing. That's like, that was all the charm of Heroes of the Storm. So yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. I've only played a couple of rounds, but it's like, it's something that's so easy to play. It's fun. It doesn't have the weight of a MOBA game attached to it where you feel like angry when you lose, which is most MOBAs. Is just like that devastation of like, I just spent 45 minutes, an hour doing this for nothing. But this is a cool little mode. So if you haven't played Dota in a while and you want to go and hit stuff, I recommend checking it out.
Cool. Little Will loves to hit stuff, and when he hits these things, they explode into a shower of bricks. Will, talk to me about Lego Marvel Superheroes 2.
Yes, last week obviously was playing Builder's Journey, and I enjoyed that. It was short, was brief, but it is still lovely from start to finish. I wanted to go back to basics with one of the Lego games, that I didn't pick up, and considering the space I'm currently in, it's very surprising. This was really fun. I think it was in one of the sales, probably post E3, so I jumped back into it. It's the basic premise is Kang has come to town. He's picked up different realities from the Marvel universe, and
as he does,
yeah he does.
The very same.
He put them all into one reality, which is kind of a Lego. Lego is doing it in every game, I think, at this point. So this is their Marvel turn. And I just had a lot of fun with this because I had a lot of fun, but it also made me a bit disappointed because my destiny has been the Avengers game. I keep going back to it, and I love it. But this has reminded me that game actually sucks because every character in this is very unique, and each of them have great movesets and power sets. And this, hold down circle, pops on headphones, will bring the music down not too loud. He plays Mr. Blue Sky, and you can just continue shooting.
I remember that from an E3 trailer, and everyone actually went mad. They were like, "It's so cool."
It's wonderful. There's touches like that. You one of the triggers can always remove your mask if you have a mask on. Peter Parker, you hold down triangle, he swaps from Spidey to his Peter Parker costume.
Oh, cool.
There's so many lovely
fan
touches.
Moments I imagine that someone like you, or even I love a lot of the Marvel stuff. They're the little things that scratch an itch that you're like, that's what I would like to do, even as a Lego version of a Marvel character.
Totally. And this just reminded me of the thing that I always used to think. I think when they announced the Marvel game, I was like, well, if that was just live action Lego game, I think that's all that game needs to be. Yeah. And I think it never quite lived up to it. And then this year is just constantly reminding me that. Yeah, I'm just really excited that I missed this in a weird way.
Yeah, cool.
They're always so charming, aren't they? They have so many little details that make it just top tier every time.
I have a fun 45 minutes with every Lego game.
Yeah.
Never finish.
They also know they don't have the onus of recreating either the film or the comics so hardcore. They can have that little sort of either it's a fun twist on a story, or they can do something a little more lighthearted or just tongue-in-cheek. And that's what Marvel does so well, or has been doing so well with the MCU. So that's why these feel a bit more better Marvel games than the official ones. Well,
totally. There's a lot of play in it. Yeah, totally. and just like you said, little touches.
My experience with the Lego games has been the Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, and just the liberties that they take, and Star Wars, and it's the liberties that the Lego devs take in making sure it feels like a Lego game, which is now a type of game. definitely like, you can I think you could plug anything into this and they would make it a funny experience. At least
I would
for
say
45
Lego
minutes.
have the most power in terms of basically any brand is willing to let them go. Yeah, we're just gonna change a ton about your thing. We'll keep all the iconic stuff, but we're just going to cutify everything. We're going to make fun of your IP as well. Like, we're going to poke fun of it the whole time, but they can get away with it because it's
But they know that comes from the fact that if you played with a Marvel Lego set at home, you would be like, I'm going to let the pirates play with the Marvel characters. Or like, there is that level of just going, I'm going to throw this world's lore into chaos because I have these Lego kits in front of me. And so the fact that they can use that as their like design Bible for making a game, it makes a better product in the end. So
for sure. One of the things of this has a lot of the different worlds. Like you can go from New York to Asgard to whatever, and the Star Wars game is aiming to be like a big open world where you can go planet to planet. So diving into this, I'm like, oh, okay, I think they can nail that if they like execute it well. So this is it's going to be more hype for a game that doesn't exist.
And you've also been playing Operation Tango, which I'm very curious about.
This one is all co-op. You can't kill any seals in it, and you do have to be friends with your friend. So it's basically, I would say, it's Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes the second, but it's all about heists and hacking into vaults. So here I'm playing as the agent, and then we've got Hacker Josh. And I can't see anything he can see, but what he's currently seeing is the elevator, and he can add those environments. I'm realizing very quickly I cut these clips way too tight, which I'm very good at doing.
What do you mean he can add the environments?
Well, so that was like an early thing of look how he can affect your world. So I was in the elevator, and he was able to put in the beach environment and stuff like that. So
he's a hacker essentially who's on a computer, and then Will is the agent who is moving through the world. So it's like the other person is the man in the chair who is like being able to tinker with things remotely.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, so it's that Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, and obviously this is early game. There's nothing to actually talk between. But as you go through it, I'm looking at this panel that he can't see anything of yet. I've hacked into it. He's now got a prompt. Now we work together. So I think in this one, it's kind of the base level of it. I have the ability to move a little dot left and right, but he has the ability to move it up and down. So we've got to share the controls. So here I've got left and right control. He's got up and down.
That's cool. He can't see. He can't see. So you're going like up a bit, stop. Down a bit.
This one he does. I think he could see. I mean, I don't actually know because I never ended up seeing his side of it. But either way, he's
he's totally fucking
very drunk little dot.
It's like you're not playing like either of you can see.
And then of course you get a speed level, and it's like good luck.
Oh god!
You gotta like swerve the dot around underneath the cross.
Asymmetrical co-op? Does that make sense? That feels like what it is.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, that's from what I've seen of the game.
Yeah, but it's super fun. It's super stressful. That was a good 5-minute cut. But it's good. So like this was a pretty fun challenge as well. I could see this map. What I'm seeing on my little view screen is Josh trying to, and so I've got to go B, C through the middle, this to that, kind of explain where all the lines are, whilst also like holding a frequency. So there's like on my end, I'm not just looking at it. It's like I've still got to be doing something.
Oh, that's what that little dot was.
You're keeping that in the green zone while trying to glance at the other thing as well.
Yeah. So it's like you're never just the voice. There's always something for you to do on the other side, and vice versa, which is quite nice. So that's the end of that mission, and then I did swap over, and this is what the hacker can see in this specific level. I think it would be pretty different comparative. Like, so this one we're hacking into a building, so I can see like the floor, the basement. I had to choose like an identity for him to become, and
that's
then
so
from
cool.
that, like it's super deep with what it is. and it's just all about the communication. That one was obviously.
But now knowing
just
what,
me.
because like to me, when I was watching you walk through elevators and around a room, I was like, well, Josh is just in another room with panels in front of him in a 3D environment. But this is like, no, this is a different game. You're in cyberspace.
He's in Lawnmower Man version of a UI, being like,
yeah.
I mean, I can control worlds.
It's a good point with the UI because a lot of it's like, okay, how does this? What am I looking at? Like, because this is just a unique way to interact with a game world as well. But yeah, like there's a lot of depth to it. We only did like the first 2 missions, but it's quite nice in that it unlocks missions. And I think probably if you're playing with that same player again, they're now permanently unlocked. You can just continue the campaign, which is cool. So
nice.
Yeah, it's a nice spin on like that keep talking and nobody explodes like format, which is cool.
Yeah, cool. I love this. Yeah, that's heaps of fun. Okay, cool. And then rounding out the what we've been playing segment, I and Gus has been playing this as well. For the last couple of weeks, we've had access to Death's Door, an early build of Death's Door that is the first sort of 3 hours or so of the game. This is a game that got quite a bit of hype during E3. It was one of my most anticipated games coming out of E3 this year, and I am pretty happy with how it's turned out so far. The basic premise is that you play as it's got this weird sort of like bureaucracy subplot going on where you basically play as a crow who needs to collect the souls of like monsters who die in this world, and then and you work for this big bureaucratic agency. You go on this big mission. Chandler, the handler, by the way, is a real douchebag, this guy. You go on this big mission to
get any more of a crow?
To get a big soul. When you go and kill the thing and get that soul, just as you're about to bring it back, a massive crow appears and steals it from you, and that now means that you are basically trapped in a mortal crow body, and you can now age and die. And the idea behind the game is that you need to go out and attack a bunch of monsters, kill a bunch of bosses, and sort of like get that soul back so that you can go back to being immortal. It's like funny in that part. It's less funny in this part of the game, which is more the sort of like main gameplay part of the world when you head out into the real world. And then I saw lots of comparisons because the devs Acid Nerve made Titan Souls, which I actually played.
I love that little feathers come off him when he rolls.
Yeah,
it's cute.
The little touches are really lovely when with the animation. Acid Nerve made Titan Souls, which I played like on Pocket years and years and years ago. And so I saw lots of comparisons like Dark Souls with this sort of because it's like bosses, the doors are like bonfires and stuff. But it's actually
worlds, I guess.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. But it actually reminded me more of like a Zelda game because it's much more about puzzles as well, like world puzzles, trying to figure out how to open doors and how to unlock ladders and all this sort of thing. The combat is really tight. It's pretty simple. There's hack and slash. You roll around. You can parry basically like projectiles coming at you with your sword, and then you also have a bow and arrow, and then you can unlock some other abilities that are more like distant spells and that sort of thing. But I don't know about you guys. I've been having a ton of fun with it. I love the environments that you're going through. The only criticism I will lay at its feet so far is that it feels like the top-down or like isometric perspective means that you spend a lot of, like Mario Golf Super Rush, you spend a lot of your time just running between gameplay moments. There's tons of just like space around you all the time, so it felt like lots of people are sort of like comped Hades with something like this, and Hades is like every time you enter a space, super immediately linear, just like but there's also just like people around you instantly, like enemies around you, packed environments. They're really small, tight environments, whereas this is much more broader, and you're constantly sort of like walking. You can walk from like screen to screen and not encounter anything that's sort of like interactable. But other than that, I've been loving it. The challenge is not. The challenge is almost perfect, I feel like, in terms of it's not nearly as hard as something like a Dark Souls, but it's definitely, you need to learn combat tells from enemies. You need to learn the sort of like, what am I saying? The actions. Wait,
yeah, like
attacks.
watching a telegraph. Yeah.
Telegraphing, thank you. So you need to still learn that stuff. And while there's puzzle stuff, it's pretty simple to solve, but I never think it's kind of like a waste of my time. Gus, how are you feeling about it so far?
Yeah, I agree with almost everything you say there. I would say I find the puzzle element, or like what we're seeing here, a boss battle and the little combat skirmish we saw earlier, I really enjoy. I agree. I think the combat's really tight. It telegraphs really well in terms of how you attack. There's those nice little, I don't know what you'd call them. There's nice little like slowdown every time you get a hit. So you know when something connects. And yeah, the bosses are varied. There is a boss earlier to this, which is the one Nick mentioned before you get ambushed. And it took me... I got that one on my first go, but I was working for it. I wasn't like, first boss, here we go, it's a walk in the park. This one, you'll see here, this is my footage. I do die the first time, second time, got him. So yeah, definitely not a Dark Souls level, but also, but I imagine we're still early on, so bosses will get harder. I agree entirely. The idea of the actual world itself, it's large, it's sprawling, it's all one. You set out from the beginning without a lot of sort of like signposts that you're moving forward. So there is a lot of backtracking. There's keys, there's doors, there's gates, there's all that kind of stuff. And I never found it wasn't puzzle solving for me. It was busy work, and that was a combination of kind of trying to get my bearings, which I never find satisfying, and also, just pulling every switch and hitting everything I found. There was never a level of like, I get this now. There's never an aha moment. It was just all this, this looks great when it goes death.
Does it explain why, is there a reason why he can't fly? Did you say that already?
Not really, no, but as Nick mentioned, it's like, it's this cute little version of the fact that he would usually zip in, steal the stole, and zip out, and there's a crow there that realizes there's a bigger purpose and has therefore kept you there, and because of that, can't...
It's just interesting that they would make the character a bird, but without the ability to fly.
It is very strange.
Why not a dodo?
It is very strange that you are a bird. There is a weird thing. I guess they're kind of like, birds of omens of death style thing, but there is this vibe of like, everyone's just a bird that walks around, which is just I every time I boot the game up, I'm like, it's weird that I'm a little bird. But then I guess it's no different than like any other video game we've spoken about tonight.
I guess if some of the like combat animations involved a little fly and a zip around or whatever, it could still be a grounded combat game that I would believe and understand that the bird has some flying elements but just chooses to be on the ground for the sake of combat. But the fact that you never see him fly ever and it's not explained why he can't fly is an odd.
Yeah, as I said, it's a bit
I can't get past it.
All the characters you meet later on are all just absurd and obscure and strange. Like, there's no real Earth or world or anything.
It was just fighting a door.
I know, but like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That was a deliberate choice they made. I understand it's a weird, fantastical world, but that was a choice.
No, I'm with you. I think about it. I think about it all the time. There is a great character later into the demo who is like such a callback. I feel like to like the Onion Knight from Dark Souls. This guy. But this is the soup pot head guy.
He's called Pothead, I think.
Pothead, yeah. And basically his head has been magicked into a pot of stew and his little frill is the wood. But then he constantly offers you soup from his head. Which I'm seeing right now, and there's just stuff like that that's very charming.
I think, from what I've experienced, like even the little puzzles you use to get up to this section here, they are all very, I would say, a little laborious. Like, I found it all very straightforward. It is the first 3 hours of the game, so I hope that the full version of this does expand on that and gets to some actual like real brain scratching or like head scratching moments, because up until this point I found all of that, all the navigation, all the like backtracking to get through doors, at no point did I stop and have a think about it. It was like, yep, pull that, pull that, move that, move that. And so I was actually really craving all the combat because I really enjoyed that. And so I hope it doesn't stay as sparse for as long. I hope that as you progress, that maybe you return and travel to different doors, or as I said, each area I got to was purposely devoid of much life on purpose, and so I was wandering through big empty areas meant to maybe feel like somber and morose, and it was just kind of like, I just want to get through this because I want to get to the next character that'll talk, and it wasn't having the effect that it felt like it was going for in terms of making me feel interested in the world. For instance, this area here where you start, you are out of in a second, and apparently it looks like you don't ever return to it. I'm like, hang on, this is very
you come back here heaps.
Okay. So where I got to, okay. So that's what.
So where did you end up getting to?
I got to the witch, the end of the witch area, and stopped there.
Oh right. Oh yeah. But you know that there were parts where you come through a door and you need to work your way back through here. There's
I guess I just thought I would come back into this version of the story of I would be working.
Oh, okay.
My,
there would be story progression. Yeah.
And it didn't feel like this was the part I really wanted to play more into. Whereas there's a bigger story going on. So I am intrigued enough that when this reaches full release, I'm definitely diving into this with the intention of playing it the whole way through. Because like you said, Nick, the combat and yeah, I really like this. It channels a little bit of a game that Pete and I saw years ago that is still in early access that only recently had an update called Tunic, which is almost identical in art style. And you're a little fox with the sword, getting some very Zelda vibes, but with some difficult.
But you fly around everywhere. It's so weird.
But you fly as a fox. I don't know what the hell that's about. It's almost, if you put them side by side, it almost feels. Totally. I assume they're on the same engine using similar assets, and that is a game I'm eager for
Tunic's
as well.
Just more colourful. Yeah,
it is, but it is also really hard with bosses that are absolutely meant to school you. So I feel like this might be the one I actually sink the time into, probably because it'll come out.
Yeah, I'm a really big fan of this, and it does some, and just quickly because we've spoken for ages, but it does some really nice, I guess more accessible things when it comes to enjoying this kind of combat. You don't lose your soul stuff when you die. You don't lose your currency. It has a really good. I really like the system that it has for ammo for its spells and for its bow and arrow, which is basically you have 4 slots. So basically you carry 4 arrows with you, and then you shoot them off. And instead of picking up ammo, every time you hit something with your sword, it gives you back 1 charge. So that's why there's all these pots lying around everywhere. I was like, what's with all these pots that don't have anything in them? And you hit them, and then they sort of after 4 seconds, they just reform. I'm like, what the hell's that about? And it took me 10 minutes to realize they were refilling my ammo.
Yeah.
So when you try something and then you get stuck, and then you bash a bunch of pots and it gives you your ammo back. So stuff like that where I go, I don't feel like this is one of those games where you're going to get stuck on a boss for 2 days and not be able to get past it. But yeah, it's living up to what I hoped for. But yeah, it's the sparseness. I would like maybe 30% less sparseness. And
maybe it's just doing that at the start to set the mood, and then it moves
potentially
beyond that. So fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, indeed. So that is Death's Door. And that's coming out next month, I think. I think it's coming out August. No, it's coming out July. It's coming out July 20th this month. So it's coming in 19th.
Soon.
So very, very soon. All right. I'll tell you what else is soon. Our next segment, and it's coming up right after this short break. Next time you want a mint, reach for a deaf mint. Disclaimer, deaf mints aren't actually mints. Eating a deaf mint is tantamount to and quite literally is cannibalism. Where would you even start? If you were going to eat a human, starting with the head, that means you're straight up copying a mouthful of hair, and that's no way to eat a person. You should start with the feet, nibbling on each individual toe just to get used to the taste of human flesh. Then work your way up to the ankle. The shin is mainly just bone, so you won't fill up too fast like bread at the start of a meal. Then it's just one mouthful at a time until you get to the neck, and yes, now you're heading into head territory.
But by this time it should all seem pretty normal, and you're thinking, well, I've just consumed a whole man. What harm is a small amount of hair going to do to me now?
Deaf mints, available at the candy aisle in all participating supermarkets. He'll come in all handsome and smelling like a mix of earthy clays and Moroccan spices.
I'm really proud of you guys.
I don't know if it's his aura, or he knows a guy, or he's like a walking broken mirror.
Fuck.
But he will cancel your show.
It's the penis.
Will,
Can we just cut the feed and start again?
Did you find...
yeah, I mean, we can go offline, I guess, but...
No, it's happening again. Hi.
Can I... What the fuck are you gonna do?
If you have a show, don't call Raj. Unless you hate that show. And Raj is the man for you. Raj. He'll fuck your shit up.
Nick! Where the hell were you?
Massive thank you to Lil Miss Starlet, Cammy Camera, Deaf Mint, and Raj for words from our sponsors and for owning commercials in the Back Pocket Show. It is because of you guys and the many, many countless patrons that this show is possible. So thank you very much to each and every one of you. We love you. If you want to become a patron, help support us and be able to help us continue making the show that hopefully... I mean, I want to say you love, but you at the very least tolerate, then head to backpocket.gg or patreon.com/backpocket and become a patron today. Also there, I did see there was a card for Loki for the Pocket Watch, which we have not recorded that one today. Just Loki. It's Loki. We would normally record that.
It's just Loki, mate.
It's just Loki. It's not Loki.
Oh, God!
Loki. Jesus. We would normally record that today, but we didn't, and we'll record that tomorrow. So there you go. I actually forgot. This has nothing to do with why we didn't record it today. It's actually because my partner was sick and I had to look after the kids and blah blah blah. But I forgot that it aired last night, and it got to like 11:30, and I was like, I'm so tired. I'm going to bed. And I start walking upstairs, and I go, oh my God, Wednesday, Loki. And then I sat down and I was like, no, can't go to bed. Have to watch 50 minutes of television. And so I sat down and watched the episode, which is not a good way to have to consume a piece of media. But spoilers, I liked that episode.
Me too. Let's talk about it tomorrow, Nick. And
Let's
Pete,
talk about it tomorrow.
You can bring in all the usual vitriol and everything else you bring to one of those episodes.
I've been right about the show the whole time. You guys only realized it last week. It's a bad show.
Speaking of people who bring badness to shows, can we just say, like, again, shout out to Raj with his ad in the ad break, but also someone who not tweeted, but in the chat, and I saw this in the chat last week while we were in studio, he was offended that Steph was sitting in his chair. and therefore said a pox on your houses, who has then now apologized for bringing said pox onto Sydney. Thanks very much, Raj. We know it's not your fault, but was very apologetic in tweet form, so we thank you very much for that and for your
He just ruins everything, doesn't he? He's got power. He's got real power.
Raj is a real prick. Let's move on now to the next segment, and that is, of course, very good gameplay. Brought to you by someone who is the opposite of a prick, and that is Avexia. Avexia, something that rhymes with Avexia. Avexia. You have to give us a thing. Yeah, but you have to give us a bit for your name intro. We can't come up with everything.
We can make up new words, and they have to rhyme with Avexia, and we have to come up with the meaning.
So Will in camo?
It's he's in Grogu.
Cold.
No, he's in Rogu.
Wait, what is it, Gus?
Rogu. And I say it like that.
I just got cold.
You look very warm. Good
stuff.
Well, there's no reason that you're actually dressed in this that relates to the game, but the game that we're going to be playing today, something that I did not know existed until yesterday, but apparently a lot of the Pocketeers do know about. We are going to be playing Gartic Phone, which is basically a digital version
is garlic
of...
phone?
Yeah, what is...
phone?
I see what you did there. I see what he did there. He already confused the game of telephone. He did very well. It was very meta, Pete, very meta. Gartic Phone is basically a digital version of telephone where you hear a phrase and then you need to tell someone else that phrase, and along that chain then that phrase gets confused and warped. The way this works is that you write down a phrase, someone then needs to draw that, then someone needs to write down what they see your drawing to be, then someone else needs to draw that, and then you see how that ends up.
So it's Pictionary meets telephone.
Kind of, yeah. We're going to be playing this game with the 5 of us, but also we want 2 people in the chat who want to play this. You can play in your browser. It's completely free. We will send you a link to our room and you can join us. The only way that you need to, the only thing you need to do to be part of this is just say, pick me. So I'm just going to pick 2 people. Dusk Bunny straight away.
Dusk Bunny gets in, not only for artist cred, but also for
Dusk Bunny. Dusk Bunny is number 1 because you got there before even there. We knew the code word, and the other person who's going to be picked is going to be Zoot or Zoot or Zoot is going to be our second contestant. So congratulations to Zoot and Dusk Bunny. Big Ben is going to send you the room code to be able to jump in to the game, and as soon as we see you in here, then we will get started. I'm very excited.
Soundboard so that whenever you say Big Ben, we get a dong. Just a big loud.
I've been saying for years that we need a soundboard.
I'll tell you what, this show is hard enough to run without shortcuts because it's all happening on a remote computer. I don't want to add soundboard just yet.
I still would like a combination of the Big Ben chime, but also old Harrison Ford yelling Ben at the same time. So it goes Ben, 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 Ben.
Right, well, we've got some music though. We've got some nice little bed music for the game as well.
Nice,
because there's not a lot of sound in the game itself.
So we're all
currently sitting at 5 of 7 players.
Nick, you look concerned. What's up?
Well, you can't hear it because of the excellent noise cancellation.
Oh, it's now making your voice sound awful.
Yeah, I'm playing Big Ben chimes 12 from YouTube.
It might actually be playing through vMix because it's got different. You got a different.
I hope so.
5 out of 7.
Do we want to explain? And like while we wait for those 2 to join, essentially we use an in-browser version of like MS Paint. We all have to write a sentence or 2, or is it just the 1? I think it's 2. And then that sentence gets dispersed amongst the group, and then we all have to draw it within a time limit of, I'd say, roughly like 40 seconds.
I think it's 30 seconds, 40 seconds.
30 or 40 seconds. And then those pictures get redispersed amongst the group, and everyone then has to type what they think the picture is. So I know Nick described this first, but like, it's like typing it in and MS Paint. Super easy.
We're still waiting on
that. But I also said
I'm laughing at the like filling time, but it's like I know that Nick already said this, but I'm going to say it again.
But then I went to say I'm vamping, and I almost said I'm vaping, and I realized I don't know how to dab.
Are we allowed to vape? Is that something we're allowed to do in this country?
I
think so,
people do it. I think a lot of the science has come back though that it is very bad for you.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'll tell you what, Dusk Bunny, for someone who was hot on
Here we go.
late on getting into the game. There we go.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening.
Oh my goodness.
It's happening.
All right, so Pete, should we also explain that everyone is seeing you?
hang on.
And we need to not
everyone's
see
seeing
you.
me. Yeah, hang on.
So give it a
this
sec.
Is running like absolute dog shit. But I will send you guys the other thing.
Cool. So
how much time do I have?
We're all good.
I'm gonna pick whatever I see in the chat to type into that because I'm not gonna have much time.
Yeah, so we can't see it, but the audience can see Pete playing the game.
Gotcha.
I'm excited.
I have
excited
a lot of latency.
Pete's very good with the buttons. Oh, really?
Yeah. I just need to restart the remote access.
Oh god, what color is this thing?
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Oh god, it's just gonna look like a pig.
Don't say that, mate.
Or am I throwing you off? And it is a pig.
Okay.
How much time do we have? We got a bit of time.
We got a bit of time.
Oh no. Oh god.
What's wrong?
Well, I've just realized that that the thing I've drawn has come out to look exactly like a different thing, and I've lost the confidence of the drawing. This is the worst thing I've ever done. Oh my god. Make it stop. I need to Google what this thing looks like.
It's too late to Google.
It's always too late to Google.
No Googling.
Nothing like this. It looks nothing like this.
Okay.
Oh, where's undo? Oh god.
These are.
We're just on halftime.
There's a
Everybody
nice little
just looked up
paint
at the
bucket tool
thing.
here. Oh, I'm so my connection to the drawing is pretty laggy.
Really? It's so. I thought it was so like basic though.
Well, this whole setup is dodgy as fuck. No, everything is fucked at the moment. Oh my god! Why did you make this so difficult? I hate you.
By the way, when you erase, in a very strange choice, when you erase something in your picture, it erases the Gartic phone logo in the background as well. Like it's on the top in the first place.
So funny.
Whoever designed that logo was very unsure if it worked. It's fine if you get rid of it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's the best I got.
Oh my god.
Antonio says, "What a crappy version of this game."
Quick.
This is the best version of this game. And I won't hear anything else. Yeah, thank you, Simon. I smashed it.
Everyone's looks good, Pete. I'm like, I forget that they can see what you're drawing.
Yeah. I feel like I got something important right. That's gonna sell this one.
I feel like it is not artistic what I drew, but I feel like it's clear and gets the message across.
Okay,
Mine's the
good.
opposite.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Also,
right.
again, sorry not to go over the rules, but at the end we'll see every description, picture, and version of. So we'll see everything at the end, right?
What am I looking at?
Yeah, sorry, Steph. I'm assuming you're looking at my thing.
This is post-show content. Post-show.
Oh god, we have less time.
Yeah, because it's just typing.
What the fuck?
It's very true.
All right.
Jesus.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, oh god.
Nick, was this you again?
Probably. That's not what that
We'll
looks
go
like.
quiet. That's not a good sign.
I know. It's because all this is so... Oh no, wrong tool.
Wrong tool.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. This is a very rudimentary version of what this is meant to be, but I'm confident that
I
the
know
general
what I'm drawing
sentiment of the image will be will come across.
The thing if I know I'm drawing, what I'm drawing is not the right thing. Like someone who wrote this clearly fucked this up.
Okay. That there. A little bit of this here. Ooh, nice.
Nothing with a tentacle yet for me. So Dusk is clearly.
Dusk is doing. I mean, I think I've seen some of Dusk's fine work.
Dusk is doing God's work.
How do I
past the halfway threshold, everybody?
Past halfway?
Halfway.
Oh my
halfway.
god.
I'm saying
my pen is like the cursor at work is like a good second behind my cursor at home.
Oh, of course, I just realized why you're complaining. I'm like, you're not at home. Well, your thing isn't at home.
Oh my god. I don't know. I feel like that's good, right? That illustrates everything.
Don't ask them for forgiveness.
Oh, it's so delayed.
Are you like drawing and it's going?
Oh man, it's way behind.
Should I? Yeah. Are you parsecting? What are you using? Come on.
Well, I have to use remote because I have to use two monitors because it's desktop capturing on.
I'm actually really happy with this. I think it's really clear.
Remote.
Whoa!
What the fuck is this? Oh my god.
Okay. You okay? What?
Sorry, Pete.
Oh my gosh.
I can't spell.
Goodness.
So this is round 6 of 7, so we got 2 to go. We draw and we write and type one more time.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Yep. I'm exhausted.
I know.
This is so much creative energy I need to burn.
Oh man.
Okay.
Okay, how explicit can I get?
Oh, do it.
Very.
I think in keeping with anything that has ever been on this show before, so pretty explicit.
All right, cool.
I'd like to poll the chat. Doesn't need to be a poll, but I'd like to ask the chat, what color are stink lines?
Pens, you gotta do the flyers too, Pete.
Oh man. I'm gonna try. I got enough time. I'm gonna restart that remote.
I am fucking proud of what's happening here.
I'm more proud of mine.
Good. Yep. I'm with you, chat. I agree. Come on, connect. Okay. It's a little more in line now. I'm in the wrong thing.
Wait, what?
What color are motion lines?
Gray.
Gray.
That's what I thought as well.
Let's get rid of this. This is the most distracting part of the whole piece.
Shit. Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh my god, I've spent too much time on one part of the drawing.
Lovely.
And
I think I'm done.
So am I.
I think I'm done.
Doesn't get any better. Oh no, it does get better than that. Hang on.
Time to spare on that one.
I haven't closed the loop. I didn't close the loop. The fill bucket.
Nicrotex heard you caught in your shit loop and went straight back to shit on my ghost wife. That's my kink.
That's my kink. Well, that's a very appropriate thing to be talking about with this picture.
No!
I'm so excited to see what you guys have done. I love how off the rails it goes, man. It's so funny. Gus, hurry up, mate. You got no time left. Hit okay.
What does it mean if you don't hit okay? And it says
does it take it still takes your image though, doesn't it?
It would take whatever you've done up to that point, I'm sure.
Because that's my one thing that I don't like about
Wow.
What the fuck?
What the fuck is this?
Wow.
What the hell is this?
Oh,
my
this is
goodness.
lovely.
Hey, did someone not finish their drawing?
Did someone not finish?
This is pathetic.
This is like...
I've never seen something so direct.
Oh my goodness, what am I doing?
All right. Quarter of a time to go. Type it in.
I think I know who this is. Who did that?
I think that's...
So Pete, that was 7. So I think Pete, you want to throw us? Pete, can you throw us back to so we can see what's going
Will,
on?
did you end up on my picture at the end?
I definitely did. If it's not yours, then I'm scared.
All right.
My goodness.
Now, you guys playing at
Manual?
home, you should have everything now, right? Okay, so album settings. Yeah, let's do manual so we can click through a time. We don't need that.
Off.
Exhibition flow.
Beginning. Yep.
Fine. All right. This is my album to start off with.
Cool.
I said Hippo on steroids.
Ah.
You and Nick. Okay.
Nick Drew.
Nick Drew.
What the fuck was with the redraw of the mouth?
The grey is
I
correct.
drew it looked like a cat originally.
That suddenly turned into something from a horror movie like It, or like, what was it? Where just like its face rips open?
I love that it showed
so
the
good.
time lapse of the drawing, not just the.
so good.
Yeah,
that's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. And then Steph
Then
thought
Steph
that
saw
was.
a hippo dropped some syringes.
Look, I'm impressed you
It was
got
a hippo. I did,
That's
yeah.
So true.
It's the long body and the big mouth. I got it. I don't know
What are
why
the
there were
feet,
syringes
though?
in the crowd. Yeah.
What are the legs?
The feet are arms that have muscles.
The feet are the
You try
letter
drawing
B.
a strong-looking hippo. They're all fucking strong.
Right, okay.
Amazing.
Oh my
goose.
god, that's amazing.
Oh,
dude.
Angus.
Look, he's dropping them. What?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
very good.
Yeah,
That
he,
is-
he dropped
that's
them
a
for
smurf
sure.
that I would
He's
take
like,
on
oh
for
no.
That's
No
amazing.
time for the paint bucket there, Nick?
That's so good.
There's a paint bucket.
We didn't. I only realised there was a paint bucket when you said.
Oh, nice one, Will.
Yeah, I thought it might have been a
Oh,
punch.
well.
That's so good.
Nice. And now we've got
Great.
Zoo.
What the fuck is this gonna be?
Zoo's
Good
first
luck.
contribution.
Nice.
Yum as.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Holy shit,
Yum.
that's so good. Although Dust has to then
That's
reply.
good. That's so
Topical,
funny.
topical. Very
So
good.
topical.
Amazing.
So topical.
But
All right,
Dusk has
and
to
now-
describe that.
Yeah. I don't know what Dusk is going to see in this, but
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
I mean,
Wow, pretty good.
nailed it.
because I would have seen
good.
I would
Nailed
have
it.
seen IVF personally.
That's amazing.
Yeah, totally. That's the microscopic whatever's going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for the
Yeah.
yum, Angus.
All right, we're on to Nick's album.
Oh
Nick,
god.
what did you start off with?
All right. What did I don't even remember.
Oh,
That's right.
very good.
Oh, yep.
Fancy crabs on a first date.
Little Will.
Little Will.
So,
What
I
did you
drew-
create?
I drew fancy crabs on a first date. I
Oh,
guess.
they're doing the Lady and the Tramp pasta
Why does
thing.
it look like they're
so
throwing up more than
cute.
eating? They're
And
like,
they're throwing up at each other.
Blah. That is cute. Yeah.
good
that's
use of
Lady
negative
Tramp.
space there, Will.
Zoo. Crabs love their pasta.
They sure
close.
do.
They sure
They sure do. Steph, you remember drawing this one?
I do.
I love there's people
What
in
did you-
chat.
What did you create?
Oh,
Good shit.
That's so cute.
That's so good. There's people in chat
It's
who are
happy.
like, oh, this makes sense now? Because obviously they just
That's
get lots
amazing.
of
That's so funny. Because yeah, I know where it ended up. A crab
can't
eating
spell?
spaghetti bolognese. Yep.
Nice.
But Dusk Bunny forgives.
Oh, good.
Yum.
Oh, that's so
a
good.
much cuter version of what
That's
I drew.
cute. It's
Yeah.
it's the eyes on the antenna thing.
Steph, yours is from
that's
Steph. Yours is
true.
the crab
Cute.
from Mona, voiced by Flight of the Conchord. If you go up, it's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
If you
yeah.
go up to the
yeah.
other one, it's totally
shiny.
Shiny. Yeah.
And I saw in this, I saw a crab enjoying a fine Italian.
Very good.
So
Very
how
good.
far away
Good.
did we get from Fancy Crabs on a First Date?
Pretty
close
close.
still.
I reckon
That's
pretty
pretty
close.
They haven't
You would
been.
take a first date
you know
to
your
a fine Italian
crustaceans
restaurant.
well.
Yeah. See, you know your crustacean. Little Will.
I love in chat. Ripple says this makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
Little Will. A mining crocodile.
Yeah.
Gus,
I'm excited.
how'd you go?
Amazing.
Oh,
Incredible.
that's so
Look at
cute.
Nailed
That's so
it.
good. Dusk Bunny saw.
Here in the
Here in the Gator Mines, we pick and poop.
Good. Good.
That's so
I think
funny.
I know where this one goes.
Oh.
And it's nowhere near where it started. All right, zoot.
Oh no.
3
I love how, and I don't know what I would do
mounds of
either,
shit.
but Gator Mines was just completely ignored by Zoom.
Totally.
It's a sentence as
yeah.
well, where like he's being
Really?
interviewed. Well, here being the Gator Mines, we man the poop.
This really distills it down to its simplest form.
Yeah. I like that this third person has like the tip of a peen as their
Also,
their head as well.
for them to like back Zoot up, like they think that could be where they mine the gator poop. It's not the gators do the mining; it's where the
That's true.
gators do the
Okay.
pooping.
Interesting. Yep.
Yep.
That's true.
True.
All right, Steph, what did you see here? 3 little shits. And indeed, as chat saw, I followed up and drew 3 little shits.
Oh, okay. So this is going to be a massive anticlimax because I did not even finish my sentence here.
To anguish of some.
What was that meant to be?
Thought
Anguish of some.
was stunted in your mind there and never made it to fruition.
I was so confused as to what this was, and it was so abstract. I couldn't even come up with something, and I wrote and deleted about 10 things, and I wanted to finally finish on the anguish of small brown holes, and then I just ran out of time.
I love that that's Tolkien's lesser-known work of the anguish of smells, which is just 3 small shits.
Oh god.
All right, Goose Mangus, what did you start us off with?
Of course, me.
Oh my god, this is. I'm so sorry where this ends up.
Gus looking a
I'm
foot.
so sorry.
Steph.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Holy shit, that's so good, Steph.
Christ, Stephanie.
So good.
The hat.
So I
the
got-
hat.
Yeah, I know
hat's
you nailed
well
it.
done.
I knew exactly what it was, and I could have written Gus licking a foot. That was like the first thing that came to my mind.
Fuck you,
smashed
fuck
it.
you, Pete already.
But I did read the tongue as a little bit of a beak. So I ended up going Bird Gus Tasty Feets to see where that
Dusk
took
would have had a
us.
fucking good.
Oh, that's a good play.
Oh, Dusk is gonna.
The feet looks fine.
Amazing.
Tasty
With
today.
his magician hat. That's
Oh my
nice.
god, this is everything I
Nice.
could have asked for when I wrote that.
Yep.
What
okay.
did
And
Zoot say?
Zoot.
Okay,
Foot
I just want to say before you reveal the next picture, everyone hide your children.
Oh
Foot fetish.
Hide
eyes.
your
Look,
Hide your
I wish I
children.
could have.
I don't want to look.
It's my,
All right, here we go. Here we go.
but my own eyes.
Yes,
Why is it so veiny?
That looks like
looks
that's
like-
that's just feet and Marcus Phoenix.
It looks like it's been in the water for too long.
it's a dick from the Gator Mines.
Well, what did you see? A foot experience.
So I give mad props to Nick on actually doing 5 toes a foot. Like that's something that anyone drawing goes, now it's 4 max, but he put in all 5 toes.
And polish.
And he
Just
put
looking
polish on.
Just licking a foot became a foot experience, and I think that's fair.
Well done.
I will
next,
say, foot
Steph.
experience is pretty close to Gus licking a foot.
Yeah, totally,
It doesn't-
totally.
it
We
doesn't
didn't
leave it at
stray
all.
too
Nick,
far.
was
from
it
the
an
start.
experience when it happened?
It was great.
Let me see what happens if I do this. This could break the stream, but I'm going to try something.
Ugh.
Oh,
You're gonna
I'm so-
resize the window?
Yep. Wait. 1 second.
Furious Magician said a drawing by Quentin Tarantino.
Does that look good on the stream?
It looks a bit better, I think, because we can see a bit. I think it's about
No,
the same.
I mean I
actually.
don't. It just it's filled the frame. Yep. Cool. It's just
Yeah.
sitting over the top of VMix now.
Yep, gotcha.
Yeah. Parsec. Okay. Let's see Steph's. The nose is the cock of the face. A classic to get us
fact.
going.
Well done.
Zoot. Delicious.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Where the fuck
I
did this
love
go?
that.
Where the fuck
I
did
love
this
that.
go?
So, Yummy punk
So,
boy.
I thought
What did you see
that was
there?
like
A nose ring.
like a chain coming out of the nose.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, I can
Alright,
see
this-
that now. I see that now.
Yeah, totally. Yummy punk
Yeah,
boy.
okay.
This one I drew in the prime of having bad connection, but I got this.
That's good. That's good. Look at those
The pants.
legs.
The pants were. I was like, I don't know.
gosh.
I don't know.
Does
if
this
they're
game
gonna
have the same feature that Jackbox has, which is I would like that on a t-shirt?
I don't know why that's my favorite one.
That is so
that piece of hair is so wild.
I think it's also the choice that you went like some of this is going to be geometric shapes, but others I'm just gonna free hair.
Well, it wasn't that. It was literally that I couldn't see when the box was finished drawing and where it started and finished. I just let go, and 3 seconds later it appeared.
Also, it's true. It's a baby in a jacket because his hands can't come out.
I didn't get time.
Oh my god.
That's
was
so
time
God.
Oh, that's very funny.
All right, little Will. And there's God
Amazing.
trying.
He's crying.
Oh,
Very
good.
sad.
What's on either side of him?
That's his
Pauldrons.
hands. So
Are they
it's
pauldrons?
on the
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what. Oh, okay. He's going like this.
Yeah,
right,
sure,
okay,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not what I saw.
Yep. All right, Goosemanga saw Zeus for a sad way.
I love that it came back to Cox though. Like it
Yeah,
went
it was full
and came
circle.
back.
Full circle.
Yeah.
That was great. That was great.
Oh man, I know I have another drawing in there, and I'd really love to know what it's about.
ABC
Oh, good.
makes a good TV show. That's a nice prompt, and I know where this ended
Oh,
up.
that's good. Yeah, so do I.
Is the next
Dusk.
one blank?
There you go.
Look at those little lines to just signify like the little rosiness of the cheeks of a
yeah.
man licking a foot.
Dusty,
Yeah,
good.
perfect.
You got your pen out, right? Yeah, you totally do.
yeah.
That's good.
So I basically
Little Will.
clarify. I just clarified,
You did.
really.
Yeah,
That's all
okay,
that's
that makes
happened
sense.
Back pocket on
Yeah.
ABC.
there. Yeah.
This was Nick. Of course,
Yep.
you're
ABC,
cancelled.
you're
What's that say?
cancelled.
That's
Oh.
it. That's love heart and then the initials of someone.
Gotcha. Yep. Okay.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good shit.
I back pocketed it again. The power
Good.
of Raj.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know where this went.
Yeah.
So
This is
Goosey.
exciting. Good.
Amazing.
I just drew him.
Yeah.
To
He's
be
got
fair, he's done
flesh
that
in that
before.
eyeball. Yeah, that's true.
The paint
That's
bucket
awesome,
wasn't
dude.
behaving, but
Teeth.
Raj
Yeah, good.
cancelling
Yes!
everything. Good, Stephanie.
Again, full circle.
Stephanie.
Full circle.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
good work,
majority
Steph.
of what it
Zoot.
was.
good
Yeah.
work.
Very good.
And Dusk. Anti-Queen. Will picked up a baby Grogu.
Oh, good.
I fucking struggled with this as well.
You sure did.
The arms! Angry holding Grogu.
I did.
Angry
to be
How
fair,
am I meant to know
I
that's
have-
Will?
Look, I have them all over me.
The face.
Yeah,
true, yeah, he has them
that's
all over.
true.
Yeah. So, well, it's more just that this is unfortunate, despite it.
I want to clarify as well before we see Will's interpretation. Angry holding Grogu. Is this person angry?
I didn't
Called
know. I
angry?
realized that the
Or
time
is
to
it hyphenated and the verb is angry holding?
Guess who wrote it?
run out of time.
So I almost drew Angry
nice.
Anderson, but I was like, I don't
that's
think that's
good.
going to be obvious.
Also, Will.
Angry Anderson, fuck you, Will. Oh my god, how old are you?
I know.
Will.
I
That is,
Even I
as
don't
a
get
someone
that
who
reference.
likes Star Wars, that is clearly someone angrily holding Salacious Crumb, and you fucking know
Yep,
it.
Yeah.
That is Salacious Crumb.
yeah,
That is.
yeah.
What did Nick see? Pete hate Pete. God damn it! I'm not Angry Anderson. Pete hates
Angry
Grogu?
Anderson
Grogu?
is bald.
Roku?
He is.
Isn't he?
He is.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it,
yeah.
Oh,
Holy
wow.
shit, Steph!
Holy
great.
crap.
That's great.
The shirt.
That's
The
phenomenal.
shirt. The shirt. That's how you
and
can
like-
tell it's him because you all have the same head.
That's true.
Can we just mad
All
talk
have
to
the
Steph?
same heads.
Steph, you're totally your cursor and everything, right? I'm here like
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
away with a pen as his Dusk. That is so good using just you are incredibly
Look at that
talented
egg.
with the cursor. That is insane.
detail on
My
it.
clock.
You spent many a years on MS Paint doing.
Avocado is angry at Baby Yoda.
Good.
All right.
Should we do one more? I feel like we need to do one more.
I
feel like we can do one more.
We can do one more. Let's do one more.
We'll say goodbye to Zoot and Dusk.
And we'll get 2 new people in. You know the rules. Just say pick me. Just say pick me, and that's how you get picked. That's how easy it is. You say pick me.
We do have someone who's a fan of the show whose name is
Pikimi.
Pikimie.
I'm going to take a quick pee break. I'll be right back.
Do it.
Thank you, Dusk, and thank you, Zoot. That was great.
That was good fun.
The first person who is going to get picked is going to be Gibsuck. Gibsuck. Gibbsuk.
Can I pick one?
You can pick one, sure.
Lucky 7 Sloth.
Nice.
Gibsuck and
Lucky 7 Sloth are going to be brought into the game. You'll get DM'd. Is it just the same room? I imagine.
I believe it is, yeah. I just kicked 2 people out of the room.
Yeah, great.
I'm sure they could rejoin, but don't.
While we vamp, this is delightful, by the way. This whole setup and everything. This is just
this is delightful.
The array of
So
colors
delighted.
and lighting styles and like.
Hang on a second.
everything.
Hang on a second. This isn't a Shiraz cab Sav.
This is delightful.
Hang on a moment. This glass is empty.
I promise you this. I will have purple lights next week.
You fucking
I will
better.
get them.
Peter, hold your cards.
Oh god.
We have
Gus,
Gibsuck
who did you say you wanted?
and
Empty.
the second
Lucky
person
7
was
Sloth.
Lucky 7 Sloth.
Come, Scotty.
Oh wow, we just got thrown shade by our
Ben.
social media manager.
Who cut themselves off quicker than they had a chance to finish, being like,
I know.
they're furious. Whoop, and just like obviously hit the mute button. So we don't know what you said, so we don't know if you're upset.
Okay. I know Nick is the only one without purple lights. I will get purple lights next week. Don't you fucking worry.
Gibsuck is in the chat. Sorry, is in the game, and I will switch
just
from
Lucky
purple
7
to
must have
something
been
else,
fun.
Nick, so you don't feel left out.
You know what the actual problem is? No other colors really look good.
They actually don't, do they? Like
purple to blue are the 2 colors. I guess red is fine.
red kind of works, but like if you put in
Yeah.
green, like
Sometimes I do a green, but it's like I put a green and I mix it with more of a blue teal, and then that kind of is okay.
Yeah. Jacob Everson says, "Can we please get Punk Boy on a shirt?" I wish every week there's a shirt that comes out of this show that Gus doesn't make for me.
Well, I'll say the good news is that, like, because when I did the art stream the other night, I was like thinking if there was ever a chance that I like didn't save my file correctly, it's lost. But I was like, I could definitely jump back on the stream and screen capture it as some form of like saving it. So the fact that this is a stream means you can go back and you could screen capture the second that we got God Cried Inside because Pete made a Punk Boy. Which, again, sounds like a really good album, but you could find that. You could cut that out and put it on a t-shirt, so go for your life.
Pete made a Punk Boy. All right, let's do it.
We're still at 6 of 7. We're still waiting on Lucky 7.
Oh, no. I see 7 of 7.
Oh, so we are at... No, I see 7 players, but
yeah,
it's
I've got
players
7
6 of 7. Oh, you got it. That's
No,
updated.
I've got Lucky. Lucky is in.
Lucky 7 Sloth and
Gibson.
6 over there.
I just hadn't
Yeah.
updated. Okay, hang on 1 sec. Yep, okay, that looks good. That looks good on my end. Yep.
What
Let's
the
get
fuck
started.
was that? Pete,
Live dashboard.
What?
you had like a big red live button popped up.
I don't know.
Oh shit, I forgot we
Start
had
a
to do
story.
this.
What's this jazzy music in the background?
You're welcome, Pete.
This is 2 Artlist tracks that Gus found.
Love it. Hey, Panga20, thank you very much for the sub. Thank you very much. We really appreciate that. I feel like I never shout out for Twitch subs, but if you sub, you get emotes. Gus makes very nice emotes. I think Gus will be making more emotes after he makes me a t-shirt. The Twitch subs go a long
Pete, you
way
gotta
to
hide your
helping
thing.
employ our social
goddammit.
media manager.
Look away from
and,
it.
Our editor. So if you want them to eat, then Twitch subs are a good way to make sure that those boys are well-fed boys. I nearly read that out. Okay. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, I've got a what the fuck too.
God. The eraser needs to be bigger.
I mean, white on white. Good one, Peter. That ain't gonna work. Tell you what, this looks like when the baboon in Lion King does the smear.
Oh yeah. Shit. Okay. How much time do I have? Okay.
Yeah, we're halfway through. And the reason I say that is because I'm terrified.
Yeah.
So.
Oh god, I just don't have enough time to execute my creative vision.
I know what you mean.
Why is the pen so small?
I'm a brilliant artist who just is being let down by everything else. Brown shoes, brown shoes, brown shoes. Let's go. Quick. Let's go. Quick. No time to mess about. No time to mess about.
What the fuck did I just draw?
All right, fine, whatever.
Jesus
Done.
Christ.
What? Dolphin Pants is gifting a tier 1 sub to the community. Oh my goodness. You've gifted a total of 3 to this channel. Congratulations, Art Slays,
I just hit
for
my,
gifted sub.
You just did your arm. Okay.
Oh, people are excited about Pete's drawing. I'm excited to see it.
Oh god, I hope that worked. Oh god.
Okay.
Done.
What?
So easy.
What the fuck?
Oh, fuck.
I just realized this game doesn't have like a win or fail state, does it? When we got to the end of the last one, we were like, well, that was the round. There's no like, you won or
That's
you
kind of
lost.
nice.
It just...
The joy is in the process.
Totally.
I see this creature. Oh, it disappeared. It's gone. That's it. That's what happened.
Why every time?
Why is this a thing? Okay,
What is this?
I'm trying to think of a way to do this that is not utterly disgusting.
Sorry, Steph, but you'll understand when you saw the picture that I had to work with. You'll get
Sure.
it, and you'll go like, very clever, Nick.
Very clever, Nick.
What the fuck is this? Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Ah!
There's too much detail in this. Do my parents think I have a real job?
No, they don't.
Are they watching?
Which time we got? Oh god, oh god! Oh man, oh god, oh man.
Oh god, I have to draw it, otherwise people won't know.
I don't trust the fill.
We got heaps of time. What else should I add, chat? I'm just looking across and seeing your suggestions and adding stuff.
Fuck you, Pete.
Yep,
what else have
yep,
we got?
Yep.
Oh god. I hate it.
I think that's nice. Oh,
Shut
yeah.
up, Pete. No, fuck!
That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing.
Oh wow, what is this? What the hell is this?
What?
What am I looking at here? Who am I looking at here? I think it's just based on the shape of the head. I also saw that.
Oh, this is nice. I mean, this is dark, but this is nice.
Nick? You're welcome.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure you're welcome.
Need a reference.
Come on, Peter. Do something. Do something.
Do something, Peter. Goddamn it, for once in your life.
Peter, you're on camera. They're all watching you. They're all gonna laugh at you.
Oh, that's right. There's a fill. I gotta remember the fill.
Oh, yeah.
So how's chat?
We're
halfway. Heaps of time. I know. It's like...
They know it's gonna pay off like fucking crazy.
I mean, I don't know what the fuck I'm drawing there. That can go away.
Good.
What? No.
Text isn't cheating. Everyone's been doing text. I did a last round.
I haven't written a
God
word.
damn it.
That's because you can't spell, Gus.
Oh, you're such a losser. Done. Fuck it.
Wow.
Oh, this is
God
so
damn
good.
It, Gus. Or
All these
Steph.
people can draw so well.
What?
This is so good. You artists. Love it.
I'm just typing literally what I saw. I wasn't even trying to be like, that doesn't make sense. It just had to all piece together. Is that it? 7-7.
Yeah,
we're done.
There you go.
Pete, take us home.
Nice.
People
I
asked
can't wait to see these ones. I can't wait to see.
People asked last round for voiceover to be on, but I feel like we do enough voiceover.
What does that mean?
What is the voice?
I don't know. I guess it's like
Maybe
does it do like
reads
a
out the text.
yeah Windows read of the caption?
Is it like Jackbox where it goes, "All right, guys"?
Because I don't want that.
Or does it do an audio to text where it goes, "Baby Grogu holding angry Peter, angry
That's what I
avocado"?
think it is. Voiceover is funny. It reads the text. Leave it off. Okay, cool. We'll leave it.
Okay, cool.
We're
Pete, we
funny,
can't
isn't
see.
it?
Pete, we can't see.
Okay, jeez.
Look at the screen. Look at your screen.
The panic.
Yeah.
You have the whole
people,
end
but
of the
the
cane
people.
there. The people can see. Everyone can see.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
just you
good.
guys
I don't
can't.
care about the people.
Gus only cares about seeing this reveal. Doesn't it reveal at the exact same time on your end?
Yep.
Yeah, it
I
does.
forgot I'm on a tablet.
In fact, a little bit faster.
Okay. This was you.
Okay,
This was you.
makes sense.
Peter,
Why?
stop.
What is it?
I don't know.
Peter,
There's a lot of
stop.
pressure. I'm running a show. I'm pressing buttons. I had to type something.
What did you think you were describing? Tell me that.
What?
No. Before, let me just tell you, it goes Pete, Gus, me, Steph. 100% zero doubt. Okay, off you.
What is this, Pete? What
This-
did you think you were describing?
This is a large red dog ejaculating.
What?
You watched the Clifford trailer yesterday. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So
Excellent.
Big Red is a
Fantastic.
chewing gum from America.
Yeah,
No, I got it.
cinnamon flavored.
I got it.
Cinnamon flavored.
I got it 100%.
Cinnamon flavored.
Go for it.
Chewing gum.
Good.
Love
There you
it.
go. And then it's 100% Steph. There you go.
Yep.
Oh, that's so fucking good.
It's a great shoe, Steph.
Oh my fucking god, Steph.
The more I look at it, I can't look. I have to look away, but it's so fucking funny.
Just as the foot steps down, this little peen goes.
Because the pain is the last thing to go in. It's so unnecessary, but it makes it.
It sneaks in there and does just a little.
Nicotex, thank you so
Thanks, Nicotex.
What a hero.
Pete, give me my single for a second, because the physics for that to work is that foot
You know
is
I
coming
can't.
down.
You know how.
Give me that fucking single right now.
Look at that! Look at that G-force focus pull
Yeah.
on him.
God,
wow.
incredible, Steph. Thank you.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Thank you, Peter Guns, for all the subs. My God, this is all we needed to do. We needed this picture.
We needed this picture, Steph.
Okay.
I can't believe we hired a community manager. All we
And
needed was Steph to
Nicotex gave out heaps as well. Nicotex, thank you so much for all of those epic subs. This is amazing.
huge.
Lucky
Guys.
7 Sloth. I'm so sorry that this is the first thing you were exposed to.
Oh wow!
Walking down. Cleaned it right up.
Cleaned it right up.
And Gib sucked to bring it home. Walking down.
That's exactly
There
what
it
it
is.
is. I
It's a
cannot
man walking
believe we
down.
got
Good
to
piece of
that.
art.
We got to
That's so
got
clever.
to this from Big Red coming.
Yeah. But just filled the screen with blue as first step, and then drew the stairs. I like it.
that's
Little
really
Will, what do you
clever.
see?
Great.
Lucky
Backwards
Seven
man.
said they didn't.
The joints are a little odd.
Backwards man.
Lucky Seven
let's.
says they couldn't finish their sentence, so walking
Good.
down was the start of something else.
Yeah, okay.
Also, walking down Cum Alley or something. Also, like, as much as it's backwards man, to be fair, who drew this one, Pete?
This is
No.
Gib suck.
Skips.
Has
Or
got the
Gibbs
correct
UK,
arm.
probably.
Has got the correct arm to leg swing. Which is also it was just the first thing people draw wrong. They're like do arm and leg and leg. So that not backwards at all, says Gus.
Yeah, that's
Steph,
good.
you are
I'm gonna save this.
a gift. You're a fucking gift.
I'm downloading this album as a GIF, so we can maybe get a higher
I
res
like-
of this.
Nano Jeans in the chat says, how does this get more G-rated as it goes along? Big Red coming, chewing cum, walking down, backwards man walking downstairs.
Chewing gum is just so unique. Like, I'll make this a clever play on words, where it's like that's not what anyone thought.
Nick, do we have a clever play on words at the top?
I don't think so.
The ice cream fridge overfloweth.
The Nightman cometh.
Stephanie. Oh yeah,
Beautiful.
that's exploding.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a fridge coming, which is what we'll
It's
do.
just a fridge coming.
Nick's overflowing ice cream.
Well done.
We're on it.
Holy shit.
We're on it.
This is just going to be...
Gibbs UK. That was Nick. That's offensive.
I'm in a dress.
I know. Or just a really long
You're in
shirt.
your,
which you do
your
have.
regular
like a
length
muumuu.
t-shirt.
You do
That's
wear
true.
those
That's true.
shirts.
It's just my normal
And
t-shirts.
your beard is just a little bit too long.
Your eyes are a little bit that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
The backwards cap though. I saw Kevin Rudd, and it's Kevin Rudd's ice cream is melting. So Lucky Seven
stuff.
Sloth took that and went,
Oh, amazing.
oh, that's a good Rudd.
That's pretty good.
nice.
I would have guessed that's Kevin Rudd.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Did
and
Gus?
Gus saw Nicotex smuggling a sad brown Pac-Man. Oh yeah. Facing down. I see that.
Macrotex, I saw like such a sweet little face running off with a little thing under your arm. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Nigrotex says, what?
And Melodic Storm said, fuck off, that's Kevin.
Fuck off, that's Kevin.
Yes.
Perfect.
Little Will.
Good.
Tech issues.
That makes sense.
Too
Good.
close to home.
Makes sense. Gibbs suck.
Gibbs UK.
Yeah.
Oh, this makes sense now.
That's the saddest embodiment of tech issues ever.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Small child alien
Okay.
calls tech support.
Okay, we're still on
Oh, I
this.
love this.
Yeah.
Still on par. Like, makes sense.
This is still working.
There's Yoda and comms.
Oh, it's good. It's good. Some ambition
Small
with the
child alien. Yeah.
Nick saw Star Wars
Star Wars
Helpline.
Helpline.
Yep.
We're still
And
there.
I saw the destruction of Alderaan.
I love.
Beautiful. And this is where you wrote text and you were like, fuck off, everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
That's
This is pretty
Amazing.
Princess Leia wishes she had better help, and that's
I
all
love
comes
the
from
idea
tech
of a
issues.
Star Wars
Yeah.
helpline. Like,
That's a shirt. That's a shirt.
hi.
Yeah.
Hi. Sorry, it's me. Yeah, he's got the higher ground. What do I do? Sure, good. No
Try
worries.
it. Try it.
Try it. Oh, fuck, that's good, Pete.
Okay, Goose Mangus. Pockety turning inside out. Oh,
cool.
Oh, no.
nasty. It's gonna be a
Oh,
lot-
okay.
gonna be a lot of lint in there. Oh,
Right.
Jesus.
That's,
Nice.
Yep.
There it is. There it is. Destroy it. What is it? Kill your darlings?
Yep, the tormented anguish of Pockety.
Oh yeah.
I drew the version.
The feet.
I drew the version of Pockety that it sees itself as when it looks in the mirror, and that's the torment. It's like, oh, I'm hideous,
Yeah.
but we know Pockety's beautiful.
But I wish
Yeah.
I had feet.
A deceased
Deceased
Pocket. No, it doesn't wish it had
Okay, that
feet.
makes
That's what it
sense, Will.
sees. It sees like, oh, I'm a
God.
monster.
So that's
Steph
Steph
killed it?
going at Pockety. Yep.
With a meat cleaver from Dreadhunger.
Yeah, fair.
Help.
I'm
X
sorry.
friends.
I'm
Beautiful.
sorry.
Well done.
Pocket is killing
Gibbs.
Pete.
Gibbs
Pocket
read
is
it.
killing him. Pocket is killing him.
Perfect.
Very good.
Steph.
I can't remember what I wrote.
Scardy only humps
Oh,
when
yeah.
she's happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that one.
Right.
That's really good.
That's
last
That's
thing-
really good.
I like
last-
the
oh my God.
chops.
The last thing to
just
go in
wait
was the
because
smile.
that will make so much sense what Gibbs writes.
I
Gibbs
love
is
it.
about to write something with the chops. Go.
Oh
I'm
my
big
god, it's
Wolverine dog.
Wolverine.
Oh,
It
this
makes so
one
much sense.
I'm big
Yes.
Wolverine doggo. Nick,
Yeah.
Good.
the red pain.
So what's
Yeah,
I'm the
amazing.
boy next door? What's the
the
relevance
boy
of
next
It's
door.
Hugh
that?
Jackman singing "The Boy from Oz."
Amazing.
Oh,
The problem is
Except
you
for the
can't
Oz,
write.
mate. You
The
just
problem is
confuse
you're
me.
not
You don't
allowed to write. You're just not allowed to use text. That's the problem.
No, you're allowed to use text. Fuck
Yeah,
everybody
fuck
else is.
him. Wolverine getting humped by a chihuahua.
Spot on.
Spot on.
Which is hard to not. So the brown background.
Yeah.
Well
Okay.
done.
I was aiming to
Will!
kill Wolverine.
I love it.
Great, Will. I love it.
Amazing. Amazing.
It's Kill Bill. Lucky Sloth saw Kill Bill. That Logan defeated by a rabbit.
Fair.
That's solid.
I love it.
That's a killing machine, that thing.
Defeated by a rabbit.
I love it.
Run away!
Run away! Oh, that's so good.
Gibbs
That's
started
so
us off
funny.
with the angry computer had a revenge bath.
Okay, that makes
That
sense.
sounds
Like
like
a
a
straight away.
Crossword clue.
yeah.
That's better than Big Red
Okay.
Coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cryptic crossword clue.
I tried.
Oh, the feet of the bath are literal feet.
No. It wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be a claw-footed bath. Nothing weird. Nothing
I was going to say, it's
Yeah.
a four-clawed bath, not a four-footed bath.
So I still got that prompt.
So Pete,
Yeah,
So
so
I
like
won't
a
miss
yeah.
very
picture.
far.
Okay,
Yeah,
Okay, so you got a second go.
I went
Yep.
with my.
Yeah.
It's an
Also
Good.
solid.
Good.
Nice.
We both went for basically exactly the same thing.
Yeah,
Good on
totally.
Pete. Puts feet on their baths.
There you go.
Never put
sense.
video games in a bathtub. Never play, sorry. This is
okay.
great.
Oh, that's
Excellent
awesome.
work.
I thought it was a toaster. I thought it was a toaster at first. Duck Hunt in the tub.
It's Mario, Peter. It's clearly Mario, but yeah,
Looks like Duck Hunt. on there. That's Duck Hunt.
it's red.
So?
Mario. It's Mario.
It's red. Mario. Lucky Sloth looks like maybe has disconnected from the game,
Yeah, I
but
believe
I think
so.
all their answers will still be here. Lucky Sloth.
Okay.
Nancy Scardy Chef. Oh, wow. Okay, that went. That takes a turn.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, this?
That's like,
right.
I saw a raccoon baker creaming
it's
their
very
own
fair.
arm.
Oh,
Cream's
Jesus.
own arm.
To which left me
Because there's something
biggest
dripping
fucking
off
challenge.
the left arm there.
Yeah, which left me like the biggest challenge to draw.
Yep.
Just,
Awesome.
you drew it,
God,
though.
that's so amazing. That's
That's
so good.
Fucking crazy.
Nick's like, you weirdo, you got that perfectly.
That's so good.
You had 1
Yeah.
minute to draw that, you freak.
Chef Cat rolling his sleeves up.
Ah,
Cooking.
yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Chef Cat,
Oh my
Bring it
god,
home,
that's
Nick.
great.
looking cute.
Bring it home with the title of the film.
Ratatouille.
No, it's just Ratatouille.
What?
Oh my god.
That's
Oh
so
my
good.
Should just be
This is amazing.
Catatouille.
It should
Because
be
it's Ratatouille.
That's true. That's true. It should be cat too.
Ratatouille.
It's Ratatouille.
This is interesting to know but when I was in high school, my best friend and I would always we would do that thing. I don't know what the word is for it, but you'd sort of take two words and squish them together. And whenever we did it, we just had this law. Portmanteau, yeah. And it was always that the second one is always funnier. Like whatever you say first, the second one the other version is always the funnier one. And there I'm like Ratatouille. And you're like, why wasn't it Catatouille? Fucking hell. The second one is always funnier.
Ratatouille. Is that all?
Amazing.
Yeah, that was it. That was the end.
Wow. And what was that segment?
Oh, that was so good.
That was a journey.
Sorry?
Oh man.
That was fantastic.
That was
That was
very
the
good
end
game.
of Very Good Gameplay, brought to you by Avexia. Thank you very much to Avexia for all the fun and very good gameplay.
Thank you,
that you brought our way with Gartic Phone.
Yeah, thank you, Dust Bunny. Thank you, Lazy Seven Sloth, I want to say.
Lucky Seven Sloth.
Lucky
Gibbs
Seven
UK.
Sloth.
And
UK.
who else was
I
in
was
that first
hoping
game?
you guys would remember.
I can't remember who else was in that
one.
first game.
Shit.
Rude.
Shit.
Rude.
I don't
Can't
just
remember.
On the end. Oh, I feel so bad. Oh, this person.
Zeus something?
Oh, Zeus.
Oh, Zeus
had a sad wank.
Zeus had a sad one.
Zoot had a sad
Sad wank. Yeah.
no, sorry, Zootatouille.
Ratatouille.
Okay, good.
Ratatouille's so much
The second one is always funny. That was Gartic Phone. All right, we'll be back to close out this monstrosity after this word from our sponsors.
Hey, I'm Nick Nigrotex Richardson, and even though I claim to hate anime, I can't wait to tell you all about which barely pornographic video game I'm playing this week. But I can't do that alone. I'm joined by...
It's Bryce. I'm here wearing my new Valheim t-shirt. I streamed Destiny last night. Avexia killed me twice. And I'm just happy to be here with my friends. And next to me...
Here's James. And I'm really happy that I woke up with a recovered wrist from last night.
What?
Excuse
I
me?
was drawing, guys. What do you think I was doing?
Right, okay.
That's not, what the fuck is wrong with you? Go away.
I should get on with it. First thing I'm going to do is turn the heater off in my room because my god, it's hot. Got the controller. Hopefully, everything else goes well. Nothing goes wrong. If the spy point my game glitched here, really? Did it do that? Oh no! Oh shh!
It's juice.
Oh, he's juice? Ah! Shit. I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah. This was at Bunnings. You bop it to light it up. It's fun. You can like bash it too. Ah!
Shorts, they're summer's pants. From cargos to cutoffs, Bermuda to board shorts, when you want to show off the fourth worst part of the human body, wear Orenishii shorts. Every pair of Orenishis are single origin, fair trade, and handmade by this lonely, overworked child robot with hands. The process couldn't be simpler. We start by asking for your measurements. Then, in the spirit of fairness, we send you our measurements. Our robot will send you fabric samples of 6 kinds of thick denim. We then make a full pair of jeans. After sending you a picture of us wearing the jeans and look and fit, we surgically remove the excess pant and voila! You've got yourself a pair of original Orenishis. And to ensure there's no wastage and a dolphin doesn't choke on them or something, we take those discarded leg bits and use them in our latest product, Orenishii sleeves. Orenishii sleeves, for when you accidentally bought a singlet. So don't settle for sweaty knee pits. Order your Orenishis today. They're the only shorts you'll ever need. Thank you very much to Coastal City, Andrew Sim, and Orenishii for your continued support of Back Pocket. Do you want to know how else you can support Back Pocket? That is by following us on our social channels, which Big Ben has been hard at work on this week, creating some new ones, changing the names of some because he was like, guys, the SEO on this is terrible. So head over to Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, where you can follow Back Pocket Vids, even Facebook. Disgusting Facebook. At Back Pocket Vids on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Follow, share, like, retweet our stuff. This is how we grow and get to continue making cool stuff. Because every time before, when we were doing this, we were like, no one cares about the social stuff. No one pays attention to that. And then Ben was like, no, actually everyone pays attention to that. So go actually do something with this. So that's why
we're not
we got
doing
Ben.
enough of? We're
What's that?
We're not being poked, or we're not dabbing enough. Apparently.
Yeah, we should dab more.
Yeah,
we should do some dance-a-thons.
We need to do dances on TikTok so that all the hip kids will find our cool content.
Well, I did say on the Slack that when Ben was like, oh, I'm making a TikTok, I said that Will had to do that thing where he's like, I got a cute face, little waist, and a big bank. And then he was like, hell yeah, he's going to show off that big bank, aren't you, Will?
Aren't you, Will? I fucking love William so much.
He's like, no, in the hole.
Oh, he's moved below the camera.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, you guys can't see this, but his whole ass was
He put his big bang in the hole.
Now that's a t-shirt. That's good. Yes. Also, while you're busy following at Back Pocket Vids on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, head to the Discord because there's a little survey in there as well that Ben has made regarding social media use, and he would really appreciate it if you took the time to do it because he spent
I will point out
a lot of time doing that.
I think he doesn't want any more submissions because he hit 69 today. He shared. He said it was nice.
That's what that is.
So
yeah, right. Okay.
Ignore that last part. Don't do the survey.
Can we?
Okay,
so he says it's above 69. So he hit 420, the other not funny number. So it's 69 or 420. Make sure you hit both of those numbers. Also, finally, God, Ben wants you to do a lot. Ben also wants back pocket gifts, and you can share them via socials or in the Discord. There's a bunch already in the creative channel in the Discord of lots of fun gifts. If you have one, like me ejaculating on the couch underneath a foot, that would work well. Gus making that cat lamp, give him a blowjob just then. That's good too. So both of those things.
Oh, Nick, can we make one GIF out of the thing we did earlier? Not with this close up, Pete, but with
give it a blowjob again.
No, with the face thing. Hang on, was it this arm? It was this one. So when you did that and you reached through. Hang on, there it is.
Oh, so if I go like this. And
hang on, wrong way. That way, up more.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh,
There was
there
something
you go.
there.
There you go.
You guys are in the same
That's
house.
good
You
comedy.
could just go and reach around each other. That didn't come out right.
No, but that's not the fun.
Well, you're doing it wrong then, Steph. All right, so if you want to go follow all our socials there and spend your time making some gifts, we would much appreciate that. Tomorrow, we're going to be back as well with more Back Pocket content because tomorrow is our Game Club episode for Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. I cannot believe it's already been a month. When you do a monthly show, you realize how fleeting life is.
Time is just rocketing by.
Didn't we did the Resident Evil one a week into June though? Maybe.
Oh, is this how you're trying to justify it?
Yeah, I'm trying to just be like,
okay.
it's cool.
Hopefully.
We're still young and hip.
So tomorrow at 1 p.m. on twitch.tv/back_pocket, where you are right now, we're going to be doing the Game Club episode where we do a full deep dive spoiler episode on Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. That's also going to go up on our YouTube if you can't catch it live. Tomorrow we're also going to record the low-key Pocket Watch as well and go deep on that. So tomorrow's just a big spoiler day. And then we'll be back on Monday, of course, with the news and the rest of the content next week.
Is there a chance that for the Game Club stream tomorrow, we will, as we've now set up as a precedent, that we'll be giving away, or at least to the value of the game that we'll be doing for the next month's Game Club, along with one of the coveted Game Club leather-bound journals that we'll be giving away. That was a way to enter. That was to jump on the Google form, and there it is. Pete's got one up there. If you jump onto the Discord, I believe there's a post there to submit an entry.
I've got notes in here.
Secrets, Pete. Our secrets.
I've got a note. It is it's the sequence of notes that play on the piano in Resident Evil. I'm like, this is going to be a puzzle, and then it wasn't.
It wasn't a puzzle.
I was like, all right, G G B A A F E F G G. Nothing.
But the contest is still up, I believe, and the idea is to come up with a weapon from Ratchet & Clank, come up with the most creative weapon you can think of, name it, and what its power would be, and we'll be drawing winners tomorrow on the stream to, as I said, win a copy of the journal, and not the journal, the one with Pete's minimal notes in it, and a game for next month's Game Club as well. So a reason to tune in there as well.
Yeah. And I will say, I don't think it's on there right now, but Ben, you are totally free to post that on our Twitter as well for everyone to be able to easily get access to that Google form to be able to enter that competition. Cool.
Oh, can I also plug? Sorry, yesterday I had a really delightful POC art stream where we got to design a couple of pocketies that were based off Ratchet & Clank. I did the same thing for Resident Evil. We did one for Cody and May for It Takes Two. And there they are. There is a pockety.
Oh, so cute.
And a pockety rivet, and each with a clank and a kit on their back. And these were really lively. These were really nice to make. And so thanks to everyone who came along for that. It was a fun little bonus stream to put on the end of the month. And fingers crossed we can keep doing these for each game that we do. I've already got the next one in mind. I do love that we're getting to the point that really the template for a character design is purely just the shape and a bit of stitching. Everything else is actually that character. They barely look like a pocket. And then everyone was like, you should tweet these out to the creators of the voices of the game. And I'm like, they'll look at that and be like, someone really fucked up my character. And I'm like, that's a
terrible drawing of a Lumbax.
Yeah. Or they go like, oh, the furry crowd's up again.
Yep. But thanks to everyone who came along. That was really heaps of fun. That was good fun.
And thank you to everyone for watching tonight. I think we did pretty well transitioning this thing totally online. So well done, Pete, for being able to put all of this together. It's a very good job. Hopefully we won't be doing it this way for too long, and we will be back here in the studio. But until then, you can expect us coming at you every Thursday as normal, and of course during the week with all the back pocket content you love. If you want to continue supporting our show, then please head to patreon.com/backpocket or backpocket.gg to become a member. There is so much value to us with our patrons. I cannot tell you how lucky we feel with the amount of support that you guys have given us. I think that seeing today I was actually watching an interview with some of the Giant Bomb guys who left and formed Nextlander, their new thing, and their Patreon has just like completely popped off. Like, it's insane. They've got like 12,000 people following their Patreon. I think it's one of the most successful ones of all time, like in a week. But I was just thinking about how insanely lucky and incredible it was when we launched ours, and we just got so much support straight away, and that it's making all of this possible to be able to continue making this not only something that we do, but a viable business that continues to grow. And that's because of the incredible generosity that all of you guys show, not only with your money, but your time and being able to hang out with us so much. So really appreciate it. I think I speak on behalf of everyone.
Yeah, it's easy to take for granted how much fun we have making this stuff. And it just would not happen without everyone at home watching. Gus would be sober without you.
Yeah.
So
he would.
This is
Steph, can you say something? There you go. I was going to say, could you say something to make Gus just hold that bit?
It's a bit, guys. It's a bit.
It was a bit, but I love that you were going to stall the bit for as long as possible. Echo everything you guys say, and I'm sure Steph's going to say as well, that this is such a delight to be able to do this with and for you guys.
Yeah. And I think with Argon here as well, working all of our social stuff, we said it already before, but like that is actually whether or not you hate social media or whatever, whether you sharing stuff online to other people is the best way that we can continue to grow and keep doing this and kind of add more content to it. So as we start to be more active on social media, if you could like share our stuff around, that would be super great.
And it should be easy to share considering any other like form of show that has to be like, let's like contrive a couple of like GIFs that are like some moments that might have been funny. When Ben did a call out for GIFs and they all turned up, I was like, oh God. There are way too many GIFable moments from everything we've done in like less than a year. So I think that just says a lot to the fun we have and that you guys really find that fun as well. So yeah, it's good.
We have I will point out, people are asking, there is a post show tonight.
There is a post show, that's right. So we should shut up now so that we can get to the post show sponsored by Raj. Before we do, a quick shout out to, speaking of all the beloved patrons, all of you watching, but a special mention to our top stitchers. You know who you are. And if you didn't know, I'm going to tell you. Reese, Orenishii, ! Tim, Mason, Not Nathan, Slowpont, LokiCat, Raj, Akrash, Cameo, Avexia, Nigrotex, Boxy, TheCoastalCity, Max Jazz Games, Vegabus, and A. Timothy. We got to open up a new slot for that because we have some new stuff, segments that can have that, but thank you very much for our top stitches. Of course, Raj sponsors the post show, which is where we're about to head now. So I think I'm confident in saying we can back it out.
We're gonna back it out.
Yeah, we
get to back it out.
I feel like back it out. Just back it out. Just back it out.
Back it out.